right, so last week we did, week 2 of ranking season. We ranked the top 30 shooting guards in the league. And at the top of the show, we said, this is the worst list of the year by far. The shooting guard position is terrible. And I'm glad to announce that we're back to a great one because this is going to be a very exciting list. Ranking the top of the small forward list is ridiculously difficult. We're in for a good episode today, y'all.
Is it hard?
Yes. Yes, it is.
There's a lot of good players. And this is going to be exciting as usual, bro.
So yeah, as you guys see, week 3 of ranking season. We did point guards 2 weeks ago, shooting guards last week. For us, it was yesterday. We're recording these in bulk ahead of Donovan's wedding. So by the time you guys are watching this, I think, Donovan, you're going to be on your honeymoon.
I will be.
So there you go. Mr. Worldwide's going to be out of the country. So had to get the content ready for you guys. The funny part is we don't know how people have reacted to the first 2 lists yet. So we can't reference it. So
wait,
it's going to be interesting.
If you guys were to guess so far, who has the worst list so far consistently?
It's you.
Yesterday, your list yesterday was drunk for shooting guards.
So far, point guards, shooting guards.
So far,
you
it's
still
you.
think it's me?
Yes.
Point guards are pretty tame. I think we all had relatively similar. Nobody really had a bad list there. Shooting guards, you had some drunk picks.
Oh, okay.
Jalen Green top 10.
The absolute
I imagine.
worst pick so far was having, I think it was in the point guards, Kyrie way below Derek White or some shit like that. Like that was
no. Jalen Green top 10 is worse than that. I think
no. It's
Thank
not.
you.
No, it's not. No, it's
Jalen
not.
Green top 10 is crazy.
You're hating on Derek White
Right.
like he's not an Olympian. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
that's,
okay.
That's
Now you're nasty for that.
I'm just saying.
If you're watching on YouTube, do us a favor, drop a like and subscribe. For audio platforms, 5 stars, review. Check out the top of link in the description to see our Crayon Eater merch, the 2024 summer collection, all that. Let's rank the best small forwards in the NBA.
The cranium is crazy. Oh my god.
I mean, I really don't know what to say.
Crayon Eaters rejoice.
So like always, we're going to start from 30, go in blocks of 5, work our way down to the top 5. Hey man, let's just jump straight into it. Who has the first block here on the slideshow?
I hope it's me. Damn, it's not me.
It's
Donovan.
Me. We got Andrew Wiggins at 30. We got Aaron Nesmith at 29. We have DeAndre Hunter at 28. We have Max Strus at 27 and Dylan Brooks at 26.
Wow, man. It
start
is
it
so crazy to see Andrew Wiggins at 30. How the fall off is insane.
And it's sad because half of it I don't, and he's at 30. He's at the bottom of my list. I don't want to make it seem like all of this has been his fault. He's been very, in and out the lineup with personal issues over the last 2 years. But when he has been on the court, the version of Andrew Wiggins that we saw in the 2022 finals, completely non-existent. We just have not been able to see him reach or even sniff that level. And I look at him now and it looks like he's a lost player. It looks like Andrew Wiggins doesn't really know where he fits in, what his strengths are. And you kind of want to give him credit for something, but out of all the starting threes, I really, really don't know what Andrew Wiggins is doing on a nightly basis. And again, not 100% his fault. It's not because he's trash, right? A lot of stuff has happened. I'm just very confused about his position in the league right now.
Yeah, man. He made the All-Star team in large part because he was rebounding his ass off. The motor was crazy. He was really great defensively.
Fans was going wild.
Obviously, he was scoring well. And that motor is completely gone. He looks like Minnesota Andrew Wiggins, who's just out there running around. And look at his shooting from every point on the court. He went from 72% at the rim last year to 63%. That's a gigantic drop-off. His mid-range jumper went from 44% to 36%, and his three went from 40 to 37. Across the board, just worse at basically everything.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
This is a sad fall for Andrew Wiggins. You would think that this championship would revitalize his career, and it did to a certain extent, but that high only lasted for a quick second, and to see Andrew Wiggins at 30 makes me sad. I didn't want to put him on my list because anytime I think about him, it just makes me sad. Should have been so much more. He was called the Maple Mamba.
Yeah. Listen, his peak, it was very, very short. But what is still here is his bank account because he got paid. Right? He did exactly what, when you talk about, going into a new situation, trying to prove yourself, contract year. It's hey, if you help this team get to where they want to go, you're going to get your bag. And him and Jordan Poole both got it. And the Warriors bet on two guys. And for reasons literally outside of their control, Jordan Poole being punched, Andrew Wiggins, a whole bunch of personal reasons, you haven't been able to see two of the most important players on that Warriors championship team live up to expectations. And the team has, they're out the plane right now because of that. So, yeah. So we're spending a lot of time on Wiggins, but I mean, it's true. He's one of,
I also think, real quick, Naismith is too low. I think Naismith is like really good. That man shoots great at the rim, great from three, great defender. Like, I like the guys above him. Him versus DeAndre Hunter, give me Naismith in a fucking second. Him versus Max Strus, give me Naismith in a fucking second. Like,
yeah, I'm looking at Strus now, and I'm thinking about like why I put Strus this low. It's because like I think Max Strus just be running around too. I think like he has that thing where you played for the Heat and all of your attributes got boosted up by 10 and you had like your run, especially in the playoffs. But since then, like Max Strus is not an amazing defender. He's not an amazing playmaker, right? He can move off ball. That's his best trait. But even shooting wise, last year he wasn't shooting at a elite clip. And so for a guy that is known to be, the floor spacer, right now I feel like a lot of that is more about name recognition and what he was able to do 2 years ago in the playoffs rather than what he provided to the Cavs last year. So yeah, if you want to move Naismith up, we can 100% do that.
Yeah, I think he definitely deserves to be moved up. DeAndre Hunter at 28 is hilarious too. Injury prone. When he's playing good, he's playing good. And then when he's not playing good, he's most likely on the bench because of an injury. But I think 28 is too low for him too, because I think he brings more to the game than Max Strus. And I guess you could say Dylan Brooks.
I thought you were going to say it's too high for him. I thought you were going to shit on him because you hate him.
Nah. I think it's a little too low.
You're not gonna like me then. Let's move on to the next block. Who's up next? Me or Mo? It is me. Okay. Oh, did I leave him off my list? I did. He was 31 for me. I ended up putting Max Strus above him last second.
Wow, so that's crazy.
I have Max Strus at 30, Kelly Oubre at 29, Bruce Brown at 28, Andrew Wiggins at 27, and Dylan Brooks at 26. And we're lockstep on Dylan Brooks. That's the 26th best small forward in the NBA. But there we go.
Shout out Dylan Brooks, man. my bad. I disrespect you, Dylan. I really did.
Mo, I want you to sell me on why I should want to put DeAndre Hunter on this list.
Now, first and foremost, DeAndre Hunter has been a better player over the last season compared to Andrew Wiggins. Shoots better. Defense still hit or miss at times, and he's really hasn't lived up to that potential at all. But the 3-point shot and the volume that he's improved on genuinely makes him a reliable option who can put the ball on the floor. Don't ask him to be a playmaker because he has batshit crazy tunnel vision. But when it comes to getting buckets and making easy passes, meaning like here, swing, he can do that at times. And I think you can lock him in for a solid like 12 to 15 points on any team in the NBA. So I think he's generally better than Max Strus. I wouldn't say he's better than Kelly Oubre. Bruce Brown's tricky to talk about at times because we know what he can be, just simply miscasted. And also he had a super shit year in or half a season in Indiana. So yeah, it's iffy when you talk to me about Bruce Brown, but I definitely think he's better than Max Strus, without a doubt.
I hate watching DeAndre Hunter. There's so many times where the ball swings around to him and he catches it. They close out on him. I want him to get downhill, keep the ball moving, do what a normal 3-and-D wing who can dribble a little bit does, something that, he was drafted to do. He was drafted to be an off-ball wing that can create a little bit like we saw in college. He had that big run in the tournament because he was extremely good at creating his own shot against college-level competition. And every time he does it, it just ends up in jab, 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 ugly mid, and it just stops the flow of the offense. And I think he's a 3-and-D wing that if he's literally standing in the corner and shooting, I like it. If he takes the onus into his own hands to create, I fucking hate it. And I'd rather have Max Strus, who he didn't shoot great last year, but he has gravity. You said he just runs around. He runs around really well because teams follow his ass, and the threes weren't always falling this year for the Cavs. I would still rather his off-ball gravity and off-movement shooting than what DeAndre Hunter brings offensively. And defensively, I've always felt like DeAndre Hunter is just like,
that's supposed
you
to
look
be
like
his
you'd be a
main
great
calling
defender.
card. Yeah, that's his main calling card. That's why he was drafted so high. Those Kawhi Leonard comparisons,
calling card.
of course,
it should have been his main
disgusting.
calling card. Then you see him, you're like, oh, you look physically like you'd be a great defender. You got the length, you got the muscle
Strength.
mass, everything. You look like you're locked down, and you're not at all.
He's a combine all-star. That's what
He is.
Yeah, exactly. But ironically enough, he is a better shooter than Max Strus. Now, the shot diet is completely different. His is more just like catch and shoot, and he's not running around like a madman like Max Strus. So,
Yeah.
take him.
He has the better
give and
three-point
take,
percentage
but-
from last year for sure, but I don't think he's a better spacer than Max Strus by any means. I think Max
Different
Strus'
types of
36%
spacers.
is a lot more impactful than DeAndre Hunter's whatever he shot.
What do you
Yeah,
see, Mo?
different types of spacers. But I still think I would rather have DeAndre Hunter because he has a better chance of being more impactful than Max Strus in other facets of the court.
Yeah. Wiggins is hard, man. I kind of viewed it as like with these bottom 5 guys, I was like, listen, if I had to build a team right now, if all of them were on the free agency market, who would I rather pay? Like, let's say I'm paying all of them the minimum. Who would I rather pay? I'd rather have Dylan Brooks. He's a better defender. I know he brings that at least. He shoots the ball decently well. But then the rest of these guys, I'd rather have Wiggins and Bruce Brown. Bruce Brown's a talented player, but a very specific skill set that doesn't fit with every team. If you're like the Nuggets and you can really maximize it, you can get a lot of Bruce Brown. But Wiggins just, if I'm going to assume he has some sort of bounce back, I can slot him in easier, you know? And then Oubre, if he could shoot threes, Oubre would be a lot higher, but that man hasn't shot above 33% in a while. And then Strus is just, for everything we said, inconsistent.
Mm-hmm.
I guess. I guess like for Wiggins, it's just like we've seen for a majority of his career that he's been kind of disappointed. And so if this was year 2, year 3, yeah, we can still go ahead, try to make that bet. You see Wiggins, you see his frame, you see how high he can jump, you see like his athletic build. It's very, very intriguing to have that type of, like just raw physical profile on your team. But then whenever you actually see it in practice, outside of that 2022 year, you haven't really seen him hit those highs and really put all those pieces together. And the further we get away from that 22 title, the more you realize just how crazy that the Warriors were able to put all of those things together in terms of matching up timelines, getting Andrew Wiggins to buy in, getting Jordan Poole to be this next splash brother, all that stuff. They got a healthy Otto Porter year. That year was it was destined. It was fate. But outside of that, everybody kind of just goes back to what they were doing. So I'm not super hopeful about Wiggins.
Yeah, me neither.
Forward.
That's why he's at 27. Last year, we did these rankings. He was at like 11 because we still gave him like a little bit of grace. That like, no, maybe it was a rough year. That's the year we had the biggest personal issues. So we're like, let's not overreact. Yeah. Another year of him being really bad. He plummeted. And listen, I'm not mad at putting him 30, but I wouldn't. At the end of the day, I'd rather take a bet on him than I would Bruce Brown or Oubre.
Fair call.
Me personally, I think I'd rather take a bet on someone like Kelly Oubre because he's going to give you intensity and shit like that. At least he's going to scream, yell at some people's faces,
you think
and
he's cute?
have some ferocious dunks.
You think he's cute? That's it.
All right, I've never been a Kelly Oubre fan a day in my life. Let's get that clear. Are you wrong?
All right, man, let's show Mo's bottom 5 before we go down a rabbit hole.
All right, so at number 26, holy shit, we have Dylan Brooks. We're all in complete lockstep. That is hilarious.
Wow,
27.
Look at us.
Lou Dort. I kind of want to have him higher, but I digress.
Yeah, you're hating.
28, Bruce Brown. 29, Isaac Okoro. I saw your 3-point shooting mini leap. I appreciate it. And 30, Sam Hauser. With the way that people were talking about Sam Hauser in the NBA Finals, and just in general, like when you talk about the Celtics and their depth, you're really talking about Sam Hauser and what he can do defensively. And for the most part, he held his own in almost every single situation. And he definitely deserved like the white boy of the summer award for what he did.
Man, you love you some Sam Hauser.
No, I don't. I just appreciate
Sam Hauser
talent. Great player.
I'm not gonna argue with you over Sam Hauser.
I'm not gonna argue with
Exactly.
him at
I
all.
triple dog dare you.
But I'm wondering who you left off to make room for Sam Hauser.
Wiggins.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I'm like, what
I
is
mean, I guess. Listen, sure.
Wiggins is just deflating, bro. Like, I know Sam Hauser is going to smack some threes for me and try his hardest on defense, bare minimum. Will Wiggins
There
do
you
that?
go. What more can you ask
I guess.
Exactly.
for? Look, if Wiggins made Sam Hauser money, I think we'd rather have Wiggins. The problem is Wiggins makes $30 million a year, so he seems a lot worse than he is. But listen, again, I will refuse to argue with you about Sam Hauser, so you can have it.
I always win. I always win.
I feel like this is a bit low for Lou Dort though.
Yeah,
It's very low.
I see Lou Dort, and I appreciate the real shooting leap that I saw him take, but also, I think he shot like 39% from the 3-point line over the course of the regular season, and something similar to that to the and for the entirety of the playoffs. But those last 4 games that I saw him play, I think he shot like 29 or 31%, and it was basically like just ice cold. And him being ice cold, along with J-Dub struggling and all sort of stuff, like maybe I shouldn't put too much attention towards Lou Dort because he shouldn't be the deciding factor of the game. So maybe I would put him a little bit higher now that I look back.
I love me some recency bias. What did you do in the last 3 games of the season?
Yeah, 4. So maybe I would put him up higher, but we'll see.
We respect the torture chamber on this side.
Shout out to Lou Dort. No
100%.
disrespect at all.
100%.
All right, man, let's move on to the next tier. 21 through 25. First up is me. At 21, this is Johnson. Who is that? Is that Cam Johnson? I forget.
I think it is. Yeah,
Let me put this.
it got to be.
21, we got Cam Johnson. At 22, Denny Avdia. 23, Aaron Nesmith. 24, Derek Jones Jr. And 25, Lou Dort.
Derek Jones Jr.
I have Lou Dort a whopping 2 spots higher than you.
Yeah. Okay. You're giving me hell for like 2 seconds.
I forgot where I put him.
Yeah.
You said Derek Jones Jr. You're, is that too high for you?
Considering how great, like this tier right here are genuinely useful role players. Some of the better role player wings in the NBA.
And he's not?
No, he is. That's what I'm saying. Like he belongs in this tier. So I can see why you put him in this. I can definitely see why you put him in this. Me personally, I didn't think to put him in this because I don't know why, but his game just seems like power forward in today's NBA or whatever. So I completely missed his name, I believe. But if I was to put his name in this list, I think this range is clear cut because these guys are some of the best one of the best at their low tier roles in the NBA.
Yeah. See, the thing is,
Okay.
his on-ball defense was great this year. He played such a big part in the Mavericks' success. But I'm also kind of worried that maybe he's a Luka merchant, and when we see him not with Luka Doncic, his offense might be a whole lot worse when we don't have the best passer in the NBA feeding him wide open corner threes. So I won't be shocked if we go back to next year and Derek Jones Jr. is back to being Derek Jones Jr. and he's not somebody we think about in these top 30 lists. But just based on what he did and how important he was to that finals run, I had to put him in here somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah. Listen, we knock people a lot, right? For recency bias and like what have you done lately? And specifically over probably like the last 6 games that we saw you play. And so if we're gonna knock people for that, you also gotta, you gotta do the opposite. You gotta big people up whenever they have good series, good runs, especially for the entirety of the year. So yeah, I don't hate the Derek Jones Jr. love, but I do agree with you. He probably is a Luka merchant.
Yeah. I'm not expecting him to be top 25 next year. But maybe Bruce is wrong. Maybe he eats next to Kawhi and James Harden.
I think Denny Avdia probably should be a little higher. I think his versatility makes him uber valuable. But then again, who can see any value when he was with the Washington Wizards and you saw nothing but straight sitters pretty much from game 1 to game 82. I don't blame you for that.
Yeah.
There's a little tax over there, but his growth and improvement in efficiency and just all around game, I love, and I think he's going to thrive in Portland next year. So I think next year he's definitely going to be way higher, but I don't blame you for putting him at 22.
I agree. Yeah, I mean, I like him too. I also expect to have a big year. Hasn't had the big year yet. And he was good last year. He averaged 13 on, I think it was 13, let me check, on some really good efficiency. Obviously, the defense was really good. I mean, him versus Cam Johnson. You're building a team right now. Who would you rather have?
It depends on what
Cam
the team
Johnson
looks
is
like, to be honest with you.
Yeah, you never know. But like on paper, your team's probably going to have some stars because you're trying to win. Fucking Lakers. Let's say you have a star big man and a star forward. I'd rather have Cam Johnson. I'd rather have that shooting from that big guy who can hold his own defensively and like really stretch the floor. And Denny, he made shooting leaps. He got better because in previous years he was a complete non-shooter, and he had early Josh Hart syndrome where he'd be scared to shoot and would just like attack a closeout into nothing in the paint. And he actually pulled threes this year and found that aggressiveness that was incredibly important. So I think this year is like the leap before the leap. We all expect him to be that next guy, but I don't think it's quite happened yet where I view him as like a lock for top 15 or whatever.
Okay.
Okay.
But I respect him being higher. I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. I think my only thing with Cam Johnson is like, I love his game. He's what the Atlanta Hawks want Zachary to be eventually, pretty much in my mind.
I'll come back to the.
But
You pick Cam Johnson first overall. That's tough.
Ooh.
That's tough.
Cam Johnson, when he's healthy, great player. Only issue is that he's
First
almost never
overall?
healthy.
Once again, tough.
All right, let's see the next 5.
I think I got next. All right, so next, oh my God, again, 21, I got Cam Johnson. 22, Oubre, love the intensity. 23, Naismith, nice, one of the best aggressive 3-and-D role players. Does a little bit too much sometimes, but when you just ask him to sit down, shoot threes, and also play hectic defense, great player. RJ Barrett, 24, made a leap, but I want to see how real that leap is continuing next year. And 25, DeAndre Hunter. Pain.
I gave RJ Barrett more credit than you did. I think he was really good with the Raptors. And listen, if anybody before the Raptor stint was going to shit on RJ Barrett for being a bust, it was me. I let Donovan hear about it for the first year and a half of the show that RJ Barrett kind of stinks. I was not a fan of the game at all.
In all the years before, too.
Yeah, for our entire lives since RJ Barrett was drafted, I've let it be known I think this guy is not particularly good. And I liked watching him a lot with the Raptors. I thought he looked like a completely different player. He was getting downhill, attacking in space, didn't look hampered by expectations, roll, anything of the sort. The Raptors don't even have that great of spacing, and he was still eating at the rim. The three-point shot was falling. The passing was better. He looked to me like very clearly a top 20 small forward in the league.
And
I agree. He definitely took a leap, and you see, like, there was just a freeness that he played with that really got him to be like the best version. I don't know. Like, I don't know if there's going to be another leap. I don't know if we're ever going to talk about RJ Barrett like he's a top 15, top 14 small forward in the league. But being in the top 20 for a guy that where, you know, the kind of consensus was on him last year, where it's like, here he goes hampering the Knicks. He's not taking the leaps. His shooting is inconsistent. And then he goes to Toronto, gets back home, and everything's cool now. Like, that's really, really massive. So yeah, he definitely should be in the top 20.
The thing is, though, I've been saying it
Is it because of expectations?
No, but the thing is, I've been saying it all this week, is that I don't want to overreact too much to small sample sizes. And I don't know if this is too small of a sample size, because it is 32 games. That's a good amount of games. But the shooting leaps he made are so drastic. I'm like, is this kind of impossible for him to replicate? For his whole career, I'm going to go year by year. These are his shooting percentages at the rim. Keep in mind, he's 6'7" and athletic.
And it's supposed to be his
54%. 54% rookie year.
Damn.
55%, 55%, 59%, 57%. First 5 years in the league before Toronto. That's atrocious. 65% is good, 70 is elite. 55 is atrocious. Then in these 32 games with the Raptors, 72%. That's the same as LeBron.
Hey man, he just like that. You know, some people just have to be in the right environment to fully flourish.
Non-corner threes, the first 26 games of the year with the Knicks, 29%. With the Raptors, 37%. Like, these are insane leaps.
Yeah.
Ridiculous leaps that takes him from like being like, for lack of better words, being an end of the bench bum to being like a high level starter. Like, is this Chris Middleton? Like, it's a gigantic difference.
Yeah, I attribute like most of that to the system that their new head coach has put in place, their motion offense, and there's just so much pressure relieved off of him because you got Quickly doing his thing, Scotty Barnes is doing his thing. Like, you guys have you have your guys, and the roles for him are already just like made out to just open looks, take them, make them, don't be doing too much, straight line drives, don't do too much. I don't know how real it is, but I'd be looking forward to seeing him continue to improve.
That's a good point, because I'm looking deeper in these numbers. With the Knicks, 54% of his shots at the rim were assisted, which isn't a lot. That means he's creating for himself a lot and not getting a pass thrown to him, which, not cutting a lot, not running off of screens. With the Raptors, it's 69%. So like a vast majority of his shots were assisted. Somebody was helping him. That sounds to me more like he's playing within the flow of a good offense and not being forced to just make some shit happen in Tom Thibodeau's uncreative ass offense.
Wow. A little bit of help goes a long way.
Yeah. So hopefully it's the right mix of player and scheme, and this is who he is now. But I can understand if you have some reservations, because 32 games is not a lot.
Even if he regresses to the mean or whatever, I would be okay and kind enough to put him towards like the top 20, put him towards like 17, 18. I'd be fine with that.
I don't think I had him that high. Let's relax.
Damn, the hater's still in you. You still RJ Barrett. Relax.
Too much dip.
I wonder what
17 is too
Donovan's
much.
list was like.
Let's find out. Let's see it.
Split up. So I have Bruce Brown at 25.
Oh my God.
Kelly Oubre at 24. Cam Johnson at 23. I have Brandon Miller at 22. And I have Chris Middleton at 21.
Chris Middleton at 21.
What are you smoking? Crack?
Now, answer this question. You asked me a question. I'm gonna answer this. I'm gonna ask you a question back. When you think about Chris Middleton, are you thinking about the Chris Middleton that you have seen for the last 2 years, or are you thinking about Chris Middleton that you saw 3.5 years ago?
I'm thinking of the one.
Which version?
I'm thinking of the one that averaged 25 points per game in the last playoff series we saw because he was healthy for the playoff run and he was a fucking bucket again. That's the one I'm thinking of.
He was fighting for his life, giving Aaron Nesmith buckets on buckets on buckets. It doesn't matter who was guarding him, bro. He was uber efficient, carrying that team alongside Damian Lillard. Now, yes, they lost, but it's Chris Middleton at the end of the day. What do you expect him to do? And he continuously shows up and happens to be one of the more clutch players in the league when it comes to the playoffs.
I think Chris Middleton has been Chris Middleton has been hurt for a lot of the last 2 years.
Yeah,
I think Chris Middleton, his scoring has gone insanely down. Chris Middleton can't play 30 minutes a night right now just because, and again, whether that's because he's working his way back from injury or he's doing injury management, no matter what, he's not giving you massive minutes. Chris Middleton also, like we think about the Bucks and how Chris Middleton relates to Giannis. If you want to put him in that duo and be like, because of his value to help out Giannis, you can raise him up. Okay. But I don't think that the Bucks have a core right now. And so this might, reflected with Dame. It's probably going to reflect with Brook Lopez. It reflects with Chris. I think Giannis is doing a lot of lifting for the guys around him. And for Chris Middleton, I don't trust him going into any type of year to be consistently there, to be the Chris Middleton that we all thought that he was, that not even thought that he was, that Chris Middleton was. Like, he was a really, really good player. And it's been several years now where I'm like, I don't really know if we're ever going to see that. And there's just a lot of other options that if I'm building a team or if I'm sliding somebody in, I think that I'd rather have them instead of being like, well, I hope his ankle's okay. I hope his knee's fine.
How dare you disrespect my Lord Lumpy, man? He's one of the best lumpy-headed players in the entire NBA. He is a demon when it comes to
how many
mid-range
lumpy-headed
game.
players are there?
There's a few.
You say one of the best, which implies that there's multiple lumpy-headed players in the league. Who else is lumpy?
Let's
not do
time
this
for that right now.
But listen, I think I probably put Chris Middleton too high. I struggled deeply with this, and I obviously thought similar things to you. I'm like, I came into this ranking thinking like Chris Middleton's been irrelevant for 2 years. He's not going to be very relevant on this list. I'm not going to put him in the top 15 or anything. Like it's done. And then I looked at the numbers. He is just as good at every single skill. Nothing has changed except for the fact he's been hurt for 2 years. And obviously 2 years, season before last, cooked. He played like 30 games. That season was completely lost to injury. I get it. Last year, he missed a ton of games as well in the middle of the season. He started off hurt, came back, got hurt again, came back for the back half of the season. But he was back for the playoffs. They were saving him for that reason. And in the playoffs, he looked exactly the same. So I ended up not dinging him too much for the health because to me, it looks like it's essentially load management that, like you said, he's only playing 30 minutes per game. They know he's getting older and has had these issues. So they're saving him for when it matters most. And I know when it matters most, if he's going to be there, he plays exactly the same. He hasn't lost a step at all. So I'm like, do I want to put him lower because he's been injured and that sucks, but he's been hurt? It's, I guess for you, that's just reality that lowers your value. Or do I want to view it as like, how good he is at basketball? And I went towards that.
But also this is the same thing just on a lower scale that we talk about with Jimmy Butler, where it's like, okay, you're not going to take the regular season seriously, but whenever you get to the playoffs, you're going to turn into Michael Jordan. And like, there's a trade-off there. And because of that, we look at Jimmy Butler and he can be, in the top 15, top 10, whatever. Chris Middleton is not, even as great as he played, he's not turning into Michael Jordan. Like that level, yeah. he's not reaching. And then the regular season stuff is also less than what Jimmy Butler is. So if you think that if you think that like a reasonable place for Jimmy doing the stuff that he does, operating the way that he operates is around 15 to like 10 or whatever, I think Chris Middleton not reaching
15
those
to 10 for Jimmy Butler?
is.
That is
Hold on.
nasty.
We are very
I'm
out of
just-
sync here. I have both those guys so much higher than you think.
Listen, all I'm saying is, and because, listen, who knows why I have Jimmy Butler, but
Apparently in
There's a
that range.
there's a ceiling that Chris Middleton doesn't reach, and there's a floor that he hasn't been providing for 2 years now. So for me, I would be more than happy to move him up once we get into the next season. I need to see that Chris Middleton can still be himself, or 75% of what we think Chris Middleton can be, before I trust him again.
I get that. And I think I don't think it's an issue of like, listen, when Dame was on the court this year, he was worse, right? And he has some injuries, but he played worse on the court. I think Middleton's played exactly the same. We just got less of him. Obviously this year, less minutes, less games than when he was back. In the regular season when Giannis and Dame were there, he's on a back seat now, taking less shots. All his percentages are the same. All his impact is the same. It's just less availability, which I know matters to you a lot, so I understand. Doesn't matter a ton to me, so I went on the side of putting him similar to where I would if he played 70 games.
If we
which
saw,
is that's probably not fair. I probably should put him lower.
if we saw Chris
Chris.
Middleton come back into the playoffs with Giannis out, and we saw him put up like 15 points on what he did during the regular season, it wasn't like really that efficient or really that much of a force or a difference maker, or he wasn't looking like the third highest paid player on the team, then I can understand. And I would wholeheartedly agree with like this 21 range, because that's what he would be. But for him coming back and looking like 110%, that guy who looks like he deserves and he's warranted of that like fat ass deal that he got recently, I just don't think it's fair to him.
Yeah. I view it as his issues are strictly availability. And I view this list as like, if I'm comparing a player, I'm like, who would I rather have on my team next year? That's kind of my general viewpoint is if I had him for 1 year next year, that's what we're ranking for. Who would I rather have? I would rather deal with the woes of having a low managed Chris Middleton, like he's fucking Kawhi, and have him for whatever I view as the most important part of the season,
And that's the biggest thing. I can't live like that. I just can't do it. That's our biggest fundamental difference. Is I cannot live with people being in and out the lineup and hoping like
You got abandonment issues. That's all that's telling me, man. Abandonment issues.
2 years of injuries is when I start to get very, very worried about whoever.
I get it. I
so
understand that.
It's like,
I almost take injuries entirely out of the equation for me. And I know I probably shouldn't, because injuries do matter. And especially the modern NBA. Every year we're seeing, honestly, that the winner has typically been a war of attrition as of late. So I should probably think it more important. But when I think about that, like, how do you even really quantify that in any consistent way? Like, that's such a vibes-based thing. Like, am I just like, if they miss 50 games, I'm dinging them so many spots. If they miss 60 games, I'm dinging them so many spots. Like, it's so hard to be consistent with that. And there's so much context for each guy and their injury issues that I just try to avoid it entirely.
Also, why the hell is Brandon Miller at 22? He should be higher.
I think that's fine.
He's
a rookie.
cool.
He's a rookie.
That's what I'm saying. He's fine.
He was a terrific rookie, though.
You love Brandon Miller.
You do love Brandon Miller.
I know that Brandon Miller is like, I've prepared myself to see him fairly high on your list. But like, even at this stage, would you rather have Brandon Miller or Chris Middleton?
I don't know.
Middleton.
That's
Exactly.
That's
so like,
weird.
He's good. He's fine. He's okay.
I'm worried to see where Mo has Chris Middleton. I feel like I might look insane with how high I put him. If Donovan has him at 21, I'm very worried where Mo put him.
Mo has him at like 14.
That I could live with. Then I won't be insane. But
I'm guessing.
I'm starting to think I should have dinged him a little bit more for the injuries. I'll say that.
I'm a
that's the
huge
shot.
Chris Middleton guy. I'm a huge
Me
Chris
too.
Middleton guy.
He says
Honestly,
that.
He's one of
and
my
then gonna
favorite
put him at
playoff
13.
performers, to be honest with you. I hate that I admitted it out loud, but it's true.
That's nasty.
I feel like I put Brandon Miller a bit too high. He probably should be around here. Originally, I had him at like 23. I had him below Naismith. I'm like, Miller's a rookie, man. Like, he's great for a rookie, but he's a rookie. You have to understand, rookies are not efficient. They're not physically.
Brandon Miller was
motivated
efficient
easily.
though for his rookie year. He I think
didn't
he shot
get to
like
the rim
44%.
at all.
For his rookie year. For his rookie year.
Exactly.
That's
is
not
the
bad
phrase.
though at all.
Sure,
Nobody's
but
saying
we're
it's
grading him
bad.
against non-rookies, right? We're not grading everybody on a rookie scale. But I'm moving a little bit higher. Like, we can move on. Maybe I'm first. I don't know. Is next tier.
I think it's probably Donovan.
Okay, no, it's you.
That
That was Donovan again. I guess keep going.
Well, RJ Barrett at 20. Denny at 19. Lou Dort at 18. MPJ at 17. Jaden McDaniels at 16.
Okay, you have Dort. Wait, you have Dort high. Okay, I like it.
I love Lou Dort. I really do. Lou Dort is awesome, and he plays a style of defense that is just refreshing to see. He'd be running around, he'd be tackling people. He
looks like a Nick to you. That's why you're saying this. God.
No, he's just very very physical as a defender, and I appreciate watching him on the defensive end, and then especially with him taking the leap that he did as a shooter. I also really appreciate that. And so like you think about being a 3-and-D guy, Dort was always like trying to creep into that range, and it was more theoretical than like what he was actually doing. Last year was legitimately, hey, I'm a really good defender, and you have to respect me beyond the 3-point line. So I like the leaps that he makes. I'm putting him high.
Okay. The fucking Thunder had like some kind of Miami Heat voodoo on their side. Everybody on that roster shot 40% from three. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Lou Dort from 33% to 39%. Like Chet Holmgren got there and they all started acting different. They all started making every single three they took. It was crazy.
Yeah, if there was one player, a part of the OKC core that I thought was going to be phased out, I was almost 100% sure it was going to be someone like Lou Dort. But seeing that shit,
I thought he was going to get traded too, yeah.
I'm like, hey, this guy's here to stay. It's one of them ones, and I would have him higher looking back at it, for sure. But I like the order of your list so far. Maybe I would. I don't know if
Michael Porter Jr. is hard to rank.
Is he?
He is. I think because like if Michael Porter Jr. was on any other team outside of playing with Jokic, do we still think the fact that he does not pass the ball, do we still think that that's amusing? Because like you have Jokic who's going to get 10 to 11 assists. And if you're playing with any other star player, that guy, like if you can get, 2 or 3 assists out of MPJ, that's fine. But because Jokic is taking basically a lot of the playmaking responsibilities, you're fine with it. And you think about that team construction and you're like, hey, Aaron Gordon, he's the forward who's going to guard the hardest assignment. And Jokic, he's the guy who's going to make all the hard passes. And Jamal Murray's going to play off him. All MPJ has to do is be big and shoot. And he does that and he fills his role. But again, if you're putting him on any other team, how does that translate?
I think like, what would he look like if he was in Larry Markkanen's spot on the Jazz in that role, running off the screens, cutting, getting these backdoor cuts, creating with the ball in his hands a little bit, but like
without Jokic being the one diming him up as he's making the cuts in the read, like that's
like, what
where
if he had a little bit more
autonomy
as is that the word, as a creator, and like was forced to lead the offense and make things happen rather than be a finisher. Like I have no idea what it was.
That
like.
right there with his just natural trigger happy mindset on the basketball court would be probably not the best look. I'm pretty sure we can all be safe to assume that he would be way less efficient. But for what he does and what he's, like you said, Donovan, just shooting be big, he accomplishes that and he's one of the best at that in the entire league. So 17 is fine for me.
Okay. Who's up next?
Should be Isaac Mo.
Me. Okay. So at 16, I have Trey Murphy III. At 17, Josh Hart. 18, Michael Porter Jr. 19, RJ Barrett. And 20, Brandon Miller. I had Brandon Miller too high. I should have put him lower, but I ended up giving him credit. I ended up giving him credit for honestly his second half of the year was stronger. That's why I ended up doing it. Is with the rookie, he has rookie tax. For the year, he didn't get to the rim at all. He didn't shoot super well at the rim, but he was a great shot maker. Defended pretty well, I think, and isn't a black hole of a passer. And I look at those stats, I'm like, that looks like a rookie season to me. What I like to do for rookies is look at the second half of the year. You remember in the last 30 games or so, we're talking about Wemby making like a second year leap within the rookie year. Mm-hmm. If that happens, that's like the sign this guy's good already. He's already effective. And Brandon Miller was essentially averaging 20 points per game for the last 41 games of the season. He had gotten just slightly better at everything. So I gave more credit at the end that's going to be who he is next year pretty clearly. And to me, that's a highly effective shooter that can create attacking closeouts, can do a little bit in the pick and roll. That's a guy that already deserves to be top 20.
Yeah, I mean, me personally, I had him higher. I think his potential, also, a part of the reason why I had him higher is because I'm projecting also with what he's, combination between what he is now and also what he can be. And I think he's right under the middle, just like the Paul George prototype. I'm not saying he's going to be that, but he's under that vein. That's why people are attracted to his style of play, because he just does pretty much everything well. And to see him do what he did day one in that type of environment in Charlotte where they're not doing him many favors, the mellow ball gone, the primary initiator gone, secondary initiator Terry Rozier gone. Of course, he's not going to get to the rim because he has who? alongside to help him direct traffic. Grant
All right, that's
Williams,
not why. He's just not
bruh.
getting in the rim. He's just
Miles
putting on weight.
Bridges,
He's just bad at
yeah,
that
You
right
love
now.
this man. You love
He's
this
just
man.
no. He's
He's gonna
just
be at
bad
16,
at.
isn't he? He's
He
gonna
was
be at
bad in
16 for you.
college at getting to the rim, and he's bad in the NBA at it. He has to get better at that. That wasn't because of supporting cast.
Supporting cast attributes to that.
Sure, but he's also bad at it. So like, I feel you. If I'm projecting, I agree he's going to be extremely good. But it's not abnormal for a skinny wing to be bad at getting to the rim when he's a rookie and he weighs 190. By year 2, 3, he's going to get better at that for sure. But that is a legitimate weakness right now.
For sure, but I don't think like him not getting to the rim, like for me personally, docked him enough. Because I think that's just nothing that I foresee him, that I see like stopping him from being good in the NBA.
Sure, but for now, it makes him relatively inefficient. So for now, it's a hindrance to him being like, I compare him to like a Trey Murphy. Trey Murphy just like mollywops him at shooting on every part of the court because he's older, because he's not a rookie, right? Like I don't view, they're weight on the same scale, not a rookie scale. Which for a rookie scale, Brandon Miller had an incredible year. For an overall top 30 list, good year. You know, I think 20 is me being generous, but I don't think he can be any higher than this.
Trey Murphy mollywops him. I don't know about the word mollywops. I think they're close in tier, and your list shows that right now.
Okay, well, okay.
What's your list? Where do you
Let's
have?
see
it?
your list. Let's
see
go
where
to the
you're
next
at. All right, number 16.
Oh my God, he's
top
top 15.
I have
You
Josh
fucking
Hart.
You're a
glazer.
munch.
You fucking
16,
glazer.
I got Josh Hart. 17, Jaden McDaniels. 18, Denny Avdia. He's one of my guys for some odd reason. At number 19, who's Jones again? I forget who that is. Is that Derek Jones Jr.?
Shit, you tell
You
me
made
it's your
yours.
list.
No, my bad. Herb Jones. That's Herb Jones.
Herb
Shout out
Jones.
to
Oh, you have Herb Jones at 19? What the fuck? You have
Herb
Brandon Miller
Jones.
higher than Herb Jones? Go to hell.
And then at number 20, I have MPJ. Put Herb Jones in Charlotte and see what he does. I love his
We're
game.
not in Charlotte. We're not basing value off of who can survive in goddamn Charlotte.
I'm talking about who's the better player. And if you can
And
survive in
it's
Charlotte, that
Herb
means you're the better
Jones.
player.
It's the best defender in the
Herb
NBA. It's Herb Jones, the best perimeter defender in the
Whoa.
league.
Okay, there we go.
At his position, the best defender.
Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna tug your toe, but yeah, I understand you when I hear you. But again, step back, projecting. Answer is there.
This list is not for projecting.
You can't tell me what my list is about. What the hell? Do whatever on my list. Your list isn't about projecting.
See, first it was Jalen. First it was Jalen Green at 9. Now it's Brandon Miller top 15. You just love some young, exciting players. I get it.
No,
I think
you're wild for that.
I think it's a fair way to do it. If I was to sit here and look at someone like Jalen, not Jalen Green, but old dude Brandon Miller, I have to see. Like his potential is truly promising to me. And if I didn't see those signs, and I was just like, man, like I put him in the back half because I just feel like he doesn't project naturally as well enough. But if he deserves to be along some of those names, then I'm going to put him there. Maybe not
And
as high
I
as
get that.
want to be, but
I get it, but I feel like the objective is who's the best today, not who's going to be the best in 16 months. So I would agree with you if we were projecting, but I tried not to project, do like a year by year basis, but I get it. Different criterias.
yeah.
Either way, 19 for Herb Jones is crazy. Like,
Yeah, that's the one I hate more.
That-
You could have Brandon Miller love. 19 is ridiculous.
I don't care about Brandon. That's your man's. Like, it's very clear.
Exactly.
But
Go ahead.
For the all defensive teams to be positionless, and we know where it slants to, and we know that like big men are always going to get that vote. You put the 4 big men on there, and instead of finding another big, they said no. Herb Jones has to be on that list. Like Herb Jones is legitimately locked down. He took steps forward with his shot, and if you have Herb Jones defense and a competent 3-point shot, that is like all you can ask for in terms of like a 3-and-D player, in terms of a role player, and every team in the league would be ecstatic to have him. He's better than Denny. He's better than McDaniels. If you think that like McDaniels can like create a little bit more, like okay, fine, I guess. But even still, like Herb's
really
defense
can't.
is. That's what I'm saying. Like if that's the only way that I think that you like get him, because Herb's defense is just that much better than a whole bunch of people on this list.
And he wasn't
Now-
just a competent shooter.
then basically
he wasn't just
everybody on this
competent of a shooter. He shot 46% from the corner this year.
Totally.
Yeah, but the attempts weren't that crazy. I believe just in totality from 3-point line, he just shot like 3 or 4 or something like that. So the volume isn't there just yet. But want to put him higher?
What do you want him to get to?
I'm not going to.
You want to get to like 6, 7? Like
He's
you
the
want
fifth option. That's
what
4
I'm
or
saying.
5. Give me 5, and then I can go ahead and
One
put you
more
at
three.
like towards the top.
One more three a game. You want him to take an Evan Mobley sized leap from
Okay.
the 3-point line in terms of attempts, and now you can put him where he deserves to be. He's the 5th option. He's fine. He's good.
lowest usage in the top 6. It's not his fault.
Not his fault at all. But again,
I'll tell you one thing. He locked Brandon Miller up. Brandon Miller wouldn't be able to do
Alcatraz.
anything.
all right, let's relax.
We're gonna turn this into a 1v1 competition list.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. If this is the case, Brandon Miller would be top 10. Fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, you can love Brandon Miller all you want. I don't mind. You can't hate on Herb Jones. Unacceptable. This is a pro Herbert podcast.
Facts.
Pro Herbert. Why'd you say Herbert? Just say Herb. When you say Herbert, I want to make him like 28. Let's stick to Herb. Let's see what's next.
Next.
Tier. We got Mo.
Ooh, okay. So at number 11, OG Anunoby.
All right.
12, Franz Wagner. 13. It was so hard to rank DeMar DeRozan because he's such a, you know what he is, you know what like he has been. But then there's other players who are like Franz Wagner. What could he be? 14, Brandon Miller. 15, Trey Murphy.
Okay. We're past Brandon Miller. We're past Brandon Miller.
I want to
see
see Mo's list compared to everybody else. Can we
All
just
right,
go
just
to
throw 'em
like
up. Throw 'em up.
to everybody's side? Because I feel like this is a very like interesting point to like debate everybody.
Okay. Trey Murphy, I don't mind. You have one spot higher than me. That's cool. We know you're insane with Brandon Miller, but we'll let you be that because you love him. I respect it. Everybody has to have a guy. I like that. DeRozan is fair. I have him higher, but I understand.
It's
the
so weird
issues.
to like place him and rate him in today's
Yeah.
NBA. You know what he does, but
Okay,
it's like
let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next person. Yeah, fuck it. Let's see them all. So I have Brandon Ingram at 11, DeMar DeRozan at 12, Franz Wagner at 13, Herbert at 14, and McDaniels at 15.
Okay, yeah, I'm cool with that. I have DeRozan at 11, Franz at 12, Herb Jones at 13, Josh Hart at 14, and then Trey Murphy at 15.
Okay, so DeRozan, 11, 12, 13. We all feel relatively similar about him, I guess. That's
Yeah.
fine. It's the same issue. Same tier. I struggle with him versus Ingram. I think that
That shouldn't be a
DeRozan is
struggle
more
at all.
talented. DeRozan is more talented than Brandon Ingram at this point, I think. I think for what they do, DeRozan's really good. But it just comes down to, again, the tiebreaker is always, if I had to build a team for next year, who would I rather have? And despite Ingram's flaws, which frustrate the fuck out of me, his DeAndre Hunter symptom of not taking open threes and turning it into tough mid-range shots and going jab, jab, jab. Despite that issue, I'd rather, obvious reasons, he can shoot it from three better and can defend better. I could fit him with teams way easier.
Yeah. Okay. So listen, I think listen, everybody's here. Everybody that's here is like in the right spot. Obviously, we're not going to go to the Brandon Miller thing. So Isaac, so I see like, so you have Josh Hart higher. You have Josh Hart top 10. I'm
No,
assuming.
I already said Josh Hart. He was my last tier.
Oh, what do you say, Josh? Oh,
He's like
okay.
17
I
or
missed that.
something.
Okay, missed that.
Yeah,
Missed that.
Josh Hart top 10. Hell no. He was at 17.
Okay, cool.
Right behind Trey Murphy.
Okay, yeah. This is cool. I'm surprised. So like, I wanted to. I think like for me, the hardest person on this in this range was Franz, because I really do want to believe that like Franz is gonna remember how to shoot threes next year. But the drop off that he had last year was kind of concerning. I mean, he's been a good shooter for a majority of his career, and maybe it's just a bad season. Maybe, now that they have KCP, you have another floor spacer. He's going to be able to find his shot again. Maybe get some better looks. But I think that talent wise, Franz definitely should be top 10 on this list. He just has to remember how to shoot.
I just
And
spilled a bunch of water.
Dang.
Fucking crayon eater, bruh. Holy shit.
I'm not
That's
going to do anything
together.
about it. It's on a carpet. It's going to soak in. Fuck it. I'm on a
No
rug.
top?
What'd you say?
You didn't put a top on it?
So it's this hydro flask, and I forgot to push the straw back down, and I put it down, and it fell over, and it was spilling out the top.
Yeah, you're a bozo.
Tough. But no, I think you're
Confirmed.
right. I'm honestly just like, I'm just waiting and seeing with Wagner. I didn't really hold it against him too much of the cold shooting year. It happens.
Yeah,
But it was a cold ass shooting year. It matters a lot. And
it was tough.
it's a wait and see thing. I'm giving him benefit of the doubt for now. But if he comes out next year shooting 30% again or sub, he's at 28% this year, then he's plummeting on the list. And I'm having a tough conversation with myself about his long-term value.
When your whole
Yeah.
when the whole ploy to you is big wing, super versatile, doesn't really have a weakness on the court, and you have that dramatic of a fall off from the 3-point line, that worries me so much. But I'm sticking it through with him. I put him there slightly because of again, I'm projecting, but also with all the other things that he does well, playmaking, creating, knowing how to get to the rim, and figuring out how to carve his ankles, even though he's literally one of the least athletic players in the entire NBA. Talented dude. As soon as that 3-point shot comes around, or if it gets even 3% better, I'd be fine with still putting him in this range.
All right, man. This is a pretty easy range, I think. I mean, Ingram and DeRozan are the two. Oh, so you guys have Ingram higher. You have him top 10. Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Interesting.
Why do you?
I forgot what I put.
I have to see who you have higher than Ingram in order.
The difference is OG Anunoby. You have OG at 11. I have OG top 10.
Yeah, he should be top 10, but it's okay.
All right, let's move on. Let's go to the top 10.
OG's OG.
So my first tier here, I have Jimmy Butler at 6. I have J-Dub at 7. Mikal Bridges at 8. OG Anunoby at 9. And Chris Middleton at 10.
Okay, so why do you
Okay.
have J-Dub at 7? That's screaming right there.
Do you have him lower?
Because he's good.
I'm not answering any questions right now. I'm talking about you right now.
Okay,
Why do you have
I
him
wanna-
at 7?
Because he's fucking him? What do you mean? He's the best non-all-star guard here and forward. Him and Bridges. Bridges is obviously a superhero role player. I think that not just projecting. Right now, listen, playoffs, he struggled. Let me say that first. The Dallas Mavericks defense went fucking sicko mode and locked up everybody not named Shea. That was rough. He's going to learn from that and get better because of it. He needs to see these playoff coverages and really, the youth and inexperience shows in those moments, and he needed to have that lump to get better. So I didn't go crazy and say he's top 5 or anything, but I think he's also level right now for the regular season. The only reason he's not putting up the type of production is simply usage because he's next to next to Shea, and they have a very egalitarian offense that J-Dub hasn't reached the age yet where he can demand enough touches like a Shea so where they can both average 25 plus. He's very young, played within himself. He's also playing fucking power forward because they refused to sign somebody big, so he bulked up and guarded forwards, which is ridiculous. But he's a great shooter, great getting to the rim, very good passer, really good defender. I legitimately think he has no weakness in his game other than what we saw in the playoffs where people got into his handle. He was essentially just getting locked down one-on-one and need to get a deeper bag, honestly. That's what it was, is he had to learn how to adapt to tough coverages where they force him to win in isolation. He needs to get better at that. He needs to get stronger, all that stuff. I don't see a huge weakness to put him below Mikal Bridges because I think he's also a great defender and also a great three-point shooter.
Okay. Now my main target that I'm thinking about is Brandon Ingram. I'm not mad at where you put Middleton because I'm pretty much in line with how we all believe in him or how me and you believe in him and his rises in the playoffs, and whenever he's there, he's fucking there. No questions about that whatsoever. But having
And honestly,
Bridges above
it's probably
Ingram
unfair.
just sounds like straight team building, and he's just easier to go ahead and fit anywhere in the league. Same thing can be applied to
that's what it is.
OG Anunoby as well.
That's
But-
exactly what it is. Correct. You're saying it's a pejorative. That's exactly what it is. I think Brandon Ingram is incredibly talented, but incredibly hard to fit alongside other star ball handlers. And Brandon Ingram, while being incredibly talented, is not talented enough to be your lead star ball handler. So that's a tough equation to crack. That he can shoot threes, well. He can defend well. It sounds like he should be good playing next to stars, but something about it doesn't quite work. He's not going to be a high volume catch and shoot guy. I think he just doesn't want to play that way. And he has the skill sets, but doesn't have the mindset and want to. And maybe it's a coaching issue. Maybe he gets traded to a team that wants him to buy into that role more, and he's asked to do that, and he thrives in it and does it. I haven't seen it yet, and it worries me a little bit.
I mean, there's a lot of overlapping over there in New Orleans, so I think it's definitely him being in New Orleans and the type of year that he had, especially in the playoffs when he wasn't really that healthy. I can completely understand that, but I think if he was in a place, in a space to where somewhere Utah alongside Larry Markkinen, he would definitely shine in so many. He would definitely shine, and he would have so many more brighter spots out there on the court, and his strengths would be humming. Why? Because they don't have a ball handler that's as good as him on that team.
But the Pelicans play many games without Zion. Many games. And he doesn't exactly rise to the occasion. We've seen him in many team constructions over there. He has plenty of spacing around him, plenty of big wings. I think he looked good defensively, so I'll give him that. But I don't know. I feel like the Pelicans should be a spot where he can fit.
It was whenever Zion wasn't on the court. That's the issue. And when we didn't see him on the court like last season, back when they were going toe to toe with the Phoenix Suns in the first round, I believe he was legitimately like over here duking it out with Devin Booker and Chris Paul. It seems like we forget so easy, and I understand it, but at the same time, like the context.
You're right. We ranked him higher last year. You're right.
But that's the problem though. But that's the problem is that. And obviously like Zion is a very unique player and he needs like a certain, like archetype of players around him. But if you put Mikal Bridges next to Zion, it would be much, much smoother. If you put an OG Anunoby, it would be much smoother. Now, whether or not you think that's it kind of is because it's
exactly his fault. I think
David Griffin's fault.
He cannot. In theory, Zion and Ingram, I think, fit fine together. You need two ball handlers. You need multiple ball handlers to thrive. You can't just if it's Zion and four shooters, you're not going to be good enough. You need dynamicism, and he's just not that type of guy that wants to play off ball and do the type of. He needs the ball in his hands, I think, to really get in his rhythm and get his game off and play the way he wants to play. And again, I just don't know how many team constructions. It's like what we mentioned last week with DeMar DeRozan, I think, or I forgot who we were talking about.
With Beal?
With Beal. I mentioned with Beal that he's very good, but needs to be in the right team. And I use the Kings, for example, who have a point guard who is their lead scorer and a big man who can be a distributor. So that leads itself well to a big wing, like a DeMar DeRozan coming in and focus on scoring. That could work well for Ingram. But outside of that, like you think about the most serious teams in the league who are trying to win a championship, it's hard to imagine Ingram fitting well with the best players.
He would fit. Well, I don't know if they're saying too much because anybody can fit with Steph Curry. It doesn't matter. But perfect situation scenario, if that was the case,
I don't think he would fit well there.
I don't think he would.
Do you view Brandon Ingram as the type of guy who wants to run off of screens, catch the ball, and make reads? No, I view him as a guy that wants to get into a pick and roll, get into an isolation, and do his thing. And that's not at all how the Warriors play.
While that is true, I think there's other values that he brings, which is like changing up the pace of the game and also adding another layer that is clear cut and like needed for the Warriors offense because basically right now Steph, Draymond Green, pick and rolls or whatever.
The Warriors are terrible right now, so they need anything. But that's besides the point.
I mean, same thing applies. I think it's just genuinely all about like team construction and where he's been put in his career.
I don't want to.
Exactly. And that's the thing because you have Brandon Ingram and he needs there's such a small window of places that he can fit in such a narrow window of team construction that he actually works in. That works against him when you're talking about, even if you want to talk about Chris Middleton. Chris Middleton can play off ball much better than Brandon Ingram. OG and Mikal, they provide things on the opposite end of the floor that Brandon Ingram just doesn't. And Mikal has taken a step forward with his offense. OG Anunoby has taken steps forward. And so now I'm looking at it and it's like, do I want to have a guy that probably has to be higher up in the offensive scoring order, but my defense is going to suffer. I'm like the relationship between my top guy and my second guy might not be as smooth. You just don't fit in a lot of places. And so that doesn't mean that you're a bad player, but if we're ranking and now we get to the top 10, these are like the small nitpicky type of things that we're basing stuff off of, because obviously all these guys in the top 10 are the best at their position.
I will say, I should have put him above Chris Middleton, I think that's the one. I should have dinged Chris Middleton one more spot for the lack of health. That's when I'm cool with that. And you could argue, Anunoby could be argued, I guess, if you want to value what Brandon Ingram does with the ball in his hands, if that's a valuable skill set to you. I can understand putting him as high as 9, but that's the highest. Like all these guys have ranges where it's acceptable, right? Like that's how we should really view it. And Ingram's range is like 9 to 12.
Yeah.
Who's next?
Yeah, I agree. All right, who's next?
Next block we got.
It's probably me.
Oh,
there we go. Okay, so at number 6, I have Paul George. 7, J-Dub. I put you on the spotlight. I was like, what the fuck is he at 7 for you? And I had him at the same range. 8, I'm even higher than you, than Chris Middleton. So I have Chris at 8.
Damn.
Fucking love that guy. Number 9, I have Brandon Ingram. And 10, I have Mikal Bridges.
Listen, you love use of mid-range buckets from Miller being super high, Middleton and Ingram both being in the top 9. You love a mid-range jumper.
I just see that creation, and I'm just like, I think you
kill him.
could take me to higher places if I build my team the correct way. Now, sadly, a lot of teams don't do that. Is that my problem? No.
Okay.
Listen, if Kevin Durant was a general manager of a team, he would think exactly like you. And that's fine. To each their own. You like hard bucket getters, which is a talent to respect for sure. I find out.
No, I
feel
just
like
let me stop you right there. I just see these bucket getters and I see them being miscasted. That's it.
I see them for who they truly are.
Exactly.
The game's about a bucket. Listen,
Quite
it's a
literally.
it's a ball don't stop ass tier. But if you value that skill set more than me, I respect it. Like that is a very valuable skill set, and to some degree, people devalue it too much at times. You know, and if you want to put those guys above an OG Anunoby, I understand. I can't really understand with Mikal Bridges because I think he struggled last year efficiency wise because he was asked way too much on that terrible ass Nets team. But I think he's a guy that can do the role player stuff that OG Anunoby does and do the secondary creation stuff of a Middleton and Ingram. So for him,
that's a little bit too much. That's a little bit too much because that's when his value starts to get deep. That's where you start to like devalue him a little bit, and his defense suffers tremendously, like we saw last year, like you said. It's overtaxed.
But you see, we're not going to see him be the number one option anymore. We're going to see him in a good middle ground role. He was too good to be like the fourth option with the Suns, like he was, and not good enough to be that one option. He's going to fit squarely in between Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson and be that perfect balance, I think. And to me, that's going to mean the defense is better than it was last year, and the offense is better than it was in Phoenix, and that's going to be the perfect middle ground there that I can't put him above. I mean, I can't put him below Middleton and Ingram.
That sounds
Also,
like
the
he's
vibes
put
in
in the
Brooklyn
perfect
were
situation.
trash.
Oh my God, I wish that could happen for Brandon Ingram. Shit.
What is the perfect Brandon Ingram situation?
Put him in Utah. Damn it, and you'll see it.
And you know what? The perfect situation for Brandon Ingram results in 42 wins. That's the problem with Brandon Ingram.
How many wins did Mikal Bridges get last year?
Who gives a fuck? He's not in the situation anymore. The situation sucks. The situation was terrible.
Come on.
But you know what? This year, the perfect situation with the Knicks, they're going to win like 56 games. It's going to be a lot different.
Yeah.
60?
I can't
listen, you got J-Dub at 7. Oh, you have Paul George at 6. Interesting. So you had Jimmy Butler above him.
Yeah, I know who Jimmy Butler is. Simple as that.
Fair enough.
And I see
Fair enough.
Paul George, the injuries. Yeah. I know who Paul George is as well. Those two like can be flipped. I believe I had Jimmy Butler at 5. So I don't really care about like how
That's
you guys
fair.
want to pancake him.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we know that Jimmy Butler, like you said, we know who he is. Not a lot of value in the regular season comparatively, but in the playoffs, when it goes demon time, I think this might be a personal bias. I'm just sick of that shit. I hate watching the Heat in the regular season because I hate watching Jimmy Butler mail it in. So maybe it's personal bias. I'm just tired of that fucking not trying the regular season shit. People devalue regular season a lot because there's this like Kevin Durant ass mindset that he said a lot in the media that like the only thing that matters is the playoffs. 1 second.
He's dying.
He is.
Had a cough. I'm still sick. But, a lot of people like gotta drink some water. Talk about 16-game players, and all that matters is the playoffs. Before that, it's it's a big move in NBA media to devalue the regular season, and I fucking despise that. That's how you get in the Miami Heat situation, where every year they're playing the goddamn 1 seed, and Jimmy Butler has to turn into Superman. I just think that's moronic, and I think we need to value regular season production. So you're not playing the Nuggets in the first round every year. You're not playing the Celtics in the first round every year. Like I just hate that we move too much towards postseason in these rankings.
I mean, it's Miami Heat. They work harder, not smarter. This is Jimmy Butler's
And I
life,
despise that. And it's not even harder. Like you're not working hard in the regular season. I think it's the opposite. He's trying to work smart and save himself for the playoffs. And maybe he's
But
at the
it's
age.
dumb.
Maybe he's at the age where he has to do that. Maybe that's just the reality. Maybe he can't do it for a full season, and that's fine. So maybe I won't ding on. It's not. Surely it's not effort. Jimmy Butler's not a guy who doesn't try. So let me not act like it's, a virtue thing. But I value the regular season, and I want guys that are going to produce there and lead me to high seeds and win games.
I do too, and I'm glad that you said that. And with that, can we go to mine? Because I have Brandon Ingram at 10, Jimmy Butler at 9, OG Anunoby at 8, Mikal Bridges at 7, and J-Dub at 6. And we could listen.
Well, I value the regular season less than you do apparently, because 9 is crazy.
No, I'm
You
so
have
tired.
OG better than Jimmy Butler?
I'm
serious.
so
Stratosphere.
tired. I'm
Be serious.
so tired of listen, I told you guys before the season that I'm out on the Miami Heat. A big part of that is because of Jimmy Butler. We put Jimmy Butler so high because of what? Because of what you think that he can do in the playoffs. He is, like Isaac said, you look at Jimmy Butler and you say, I don't care what he does for the first 8 months of the season. All I know is that whenever the playoffs come, he's going to rise to a crazy level. We saw last year that he, even though that he got hurt, when the Heat were like down at the bottom and Jimmy Butler was going out after games and he's like, it's time to turn it on. It's time to turn it on. Guess what? It never got turned on.
That shit changed.
Nothing happened. And so there's a reason why Pat Riley is calling Jimmy Butler out in the media in press conferences, because he's like, bro, one, you're not playing. And if we want to talk about that and my personal stuff, since he's gotten to Miami, he barely plays during the regular season. His last 2 years have been his healthiest. He's played 64 and 60 games in the last 2 years. Before that, 3 straight years of under 60 games. Last year was his worst year in Miami. He scored the least amount of points. He had the least amount of assists. He had the worst amount of rebounds.
Wow.
He is declining as a player. And if he's not going to turn into Michael Jordan, then we really, really have to rethink where we're going to put Jimmy Butler. We can't give him this pass. I was okay doing it last year. I was okay doing it last year. I'm not doing it again this year.
Defense declining, passing declining. He's still better than Mikal Bridges and OG Anunoby. Doesn't matter.
This is textbook expectation tax. Even with him not trying, he's still producing more than OG Anunoby. Like, relax. I'm with you. And listen, if we're going to cook Mo for his crazy picks, we got to cook you. 9 is absurd. I am also low on him. But when we're high on him, that means Jimmy Butler's like 3 or 4. To go all the way to 9 is crazy.
I'm not high on him. And again, like you saw the magic, the little pixie dust that they had over the last 3 years, that's over. They ran out of magic dust. And you are seeing him like, you are seeing Jimmy get to a point where, and I think that we are really, really going to see it this year. He has an insane amount of dog. But the dog's getting older, and there's a little bit more bark than bite to him, and it's not gonna be the same thing. And so I'm not gonna put him super, super high. And if I wanted to build a team, or if I was like, hey, I need to go win a title, or like get fit people in, I think OG fits in to a lot more places than.
I'm sorry, but OG Anunoby's not leading any further. He's probably getting.
I'm not talking about
a little bit worse.
I'm not talking about being the one option. If that's the criteria, fine. Jimmy Butler, you got it. But if we're talking about being a 2, being a 3, being available, and I know that OG has issues too, but still, if I'm talking about going out and still guarding people. I know Jimmy tries much harder on defense. His defense is not as good as OG's. True. That's not the case. That has also declined. So this amazing two-way player scoring 30
but everything else is better, so it doesn't matter except for the 3-point shot.
No, but you never see it. You never see. I'm not giving Jimmy Butler the pass.
You act like it's been 2 years.
You're acting like regular.
I'm not giving him the pass.
You're acting like regular season Jimmy Butler is like 12 points a game and 2 assists. He's still 25-5 at great playmaking, leading the Miami Heat the way they want to play. He still has some regular season value. And I just don't think it's top 5.
What's the way that they want to play? They end up in the play-in every single year. They are an 8 seed consistently. Consistently, they are 5 games. They are 5 minutes away from their season being ended.
If you want to talk about Pat Riley being old and washed and discovering these diamonds in the roughs and then letting them walk in free agency and refusing to rebuild and perpetually being mid with a supporting cast, so be it. But that's not all on Jimmy Butler's shoulders. You don't got to pretend all of it is his fault.
Everybody talks about the Heat, and we acknowledge they have the best coach. They have the best coach in the league. They have Spoelstra. They have an all defensive center. They have this Heat culture that gives everybody plus 10. And at the center of it, you have Jimmy Butler, who you guys are saying is the sixth best small forward in the league. For Mo, top 5. All this other stuff. You are supposed to put an all NBA caliber small forward right there. And we can't get out the play-in? In the Eastern Conference, we can't get to a top 6 seed because you can't turn up in March? No, I'm not giving you that pass. You can't pass the Pacers? Tyrese missed a whole bunch of time. You can't beat the Pacers. I'm not giving you that pass. You should have turned up. You looked into the camera every year. Oh, it's time to go. It's time to go. You can't turn up. If you could turn up and if you could flip a switch, you wouldn't be in that position in the first place. You're not getting there.
I preface this part of the list by saying maybe I'm just biased. Maybe I'm sick of the Heat. I'm sick of Jimmy Butler's shtick.
You're not doing it.
And I was like, I'm sorry, I'm biased. It's fine. I didn't realize that Donovan was tripling down on the bias. My bad. I didn't realize he hates the Heat more than I do. I didn't realize he was sick of Jimmy Butler more than I was. So that's where I went wrong. I shouldn't have apologized because I didn't know he was coming up after me.
Where have they been? And I need to look at their franchise index and see where they have finished. They have finished.
Jimmy Butler is not the Miami Heat. He's not the only player on the team.
No.
Oh, man.
I'm not doing this.
I hear everything that you're saying, and some of it's valid. I don't like the way you're angling it necessarily, because you're making it seem like Jimmy Butler is the Miami Heat culture and shit like that, which he is, but he's not like responsible for, oh my God, like Kyle Lowry being signed for a massive deal and shit like that. I'm sorry.
The best player and Mr. Oh, I'm gonna get out the mud. I'm gonna work harder.
It sounds like he sold your ass on Price plenty of times before this season.
No, it's not. It's not even that. But like,
no, he's right. Donovan's right. He's just putting him too far down for those reasons. Like the reasons are right. It's just dramatic. OG, we can't look. Bridges, okay. I get OG Anunoby. Come on,
win a championship, and you're gonna be okay.
OG hasn't done that either.
I'm saying, well, OG he has won a ring.
OG didn't play for the whole 2019
That's
playoffs.
disgusting. You can't do not tell me that OG has won a ring. He was on the bench.
Let's get into the ring culture. No, it's not even like that. I actually just said it. I don't know what came out of my mouth, but but no, like I'm not doing it this year. And if Jimmy Butler wants to come in and he wants to actually take the regular season, take 8 months of basketball for real, then we can have a conversation. But it's clear that he doesn't respect I'm not saying that he's going to that in the game that he plays, he like mails it in, but it's clear that he does not put a value on the regular season. And the whole Heat season last year and what I think it's going to be this year is going to be Miami, and it's going to be Jimmy Butler looking at, being on the outside looking in and being like, well, if it isn't the consequences of my own actions, and they're just not going to be in a position. And a lot of it, in my opinion, is because of Jimmy Butler.
Yeah. All right, man. You guys ready for the top five?
Let's go ahead and see it.
We're going to see all of our lists at once. Our top five is always a grand reveal. I'll say my list first, then Mo, then Donovan. Let's get into it. At 1, I have LeBron James. At 2, Jason Tatum. 3, Kevin Durant. 4, Kawhi Leonard. And 5, Paul George.
Wow.
Isaac, I'm upset at you.
LeBron James at number 1. Look at this. I was sitting down screaming, hooting, and hollering during the stream. You sitting down here telling me that you'd rather have Jason Tatum on your team than LeBron fucking James? Are you batshit crazy?
So say your list. We'll talk about it. Say your list.
Number 1, I got LeBron. 2, Tatum. 3, Durant. 4, Kawhi. And 5, Butler.
Donovan.
I was set up. I've Tatum at 1. I have LeBron at 2.
Ew, bro.
Paul George 4. Kawhi at 5.
Okay. I'll go. I get it. I'm the wishy-washy one. I understand. All playoffs, I defended Jason Tatum. I know it.
He's good. He's doing his job.
He's very good. I love Jason Tatum. There was a point where Mo, I think it was on one of the streams,
yes,
said, would you rather have him or LeBron? And I was like, I guess you got to give Jason Tatum the credit over the past 2 years that you got to give him the nod there, right? It's only fair. I said that in the moment. Every single time we've ranked players, I have never once put Jason Tatum over LeBron James. When we did our Christmas episode and we ranked the top 30 in the league, I did not put Jason Tatum over LeBron James. When we did our small fours last year at this time, I did not put Jason Tatum over LeBron James. I said that in the moment because I have been gaslit by the NBA media and the NBA Twitter consensus, the NBA world, to think of LeBron James as this old fuck that has lost a step, 40 years old, can't do anything, isn't what he once was. The Lakers are a playing team because he can't do it anymore, yada, yada, yada. That image was in my brain because the Lakers had went out sad when we had that conversation and Jason Tatum was in the finals. I was like, listen, maybe it's over. LeBron's old. You can't lead a team like that anymore. It's fine. He can be the second best small forward. I'll live. And then I thought about it and really looked at everything, every piece of, measurable data, anything I could possibly get my hands on, every skill set piece by piece. And I'm like, what the fuck does Jason Tatum do better than LeBron James? Even in his diminished state, he's a better finisher. He gets to the rim more often, shoots better there. Obviously, the way better passer. He shot better from 3 this year, and it's not just a low volume thing. LeBron was shooting his ass off, being a legitimately really good off ball player. So you can't get Tatum that anymore. LeBron's also portable, playing next to stars. Jason Tatum averaged 0.4 rebounds more. There you go. Jason Tatum's a better rebounder. You look at advanced stats, which I don't usually pull up like these type of advanced stats, but I think it's relevant in this conversation for where these guys are. EPM, LeBron higher. Offensive EPM, LeBron higher. Defensive EPM, LeBron higher. Box plus minus, LeBron higher. Value of replacement, LeBron higher. True shooting percentage, LeBron higher. Every single measurable thing, LeBron is better at. Now, Jason Tatum is a better defender. LeBron is not actively defending like he did in 2020. There is that. I think Jason Tatum is one of the most valuable defenders in the entire NBA with how he can legitimately guard centers, guard point guards, do everything. So I consider putting Tatum higher for that defense. But offensively, LeBron is still better at essentially everything.
The fact that he's a better shooter just ends the conversation there for me personally.
Yeah, like what can we possibly give Tatum offensively? Like, I get it. LeBron can't blow by people like he once did. He still has to pick his spots. God damn it, he's great at picking those spots. He knows how to find them and provide value still. And I love Tatum. I defended him like nobody else did in the playoffs. It's not like he's out here being Luka Doncic, creating mismatches, being younger, faster, stronger, all this stuff. That's not his game. So when you really compare what he brings, the stuff that he excels at is not more valuable than LeBron being, even at the age 39.
See, now I'm not mad at you for putting LeBron 1. I think I'm more just mad on like a personal level that you lied to me, you know, because we've gone this entire time for everything that you said, and you just been telling me to my face, looking me in my eyes, telling me like, no, like Jason Tatum's good, like defending him and doing all this stuff.
He is good.
And we get here for the moment of truth, and then you're like, yeah, actually, I changed my mind. And I'm like, bro, what happened? I think, okay, I have Tatum 1. I think Tatum, Tatum's defense does mean a lot for me. I know that offensively he did take a step back this year, or maybe not. Yeah, he took a step back this year, and he's gotten to a place offensively where I'm like, I'm not really sure. However, we saw throughout the playoffs that his playmaking took a step forward.
Cool.
We saw really throughout his entire career that Jason Tatum is one of the most durable stars in the league.
For sure.
And that he's always there. And I think that the Celtics, everybody on the Celtics defensively contributes to why they can play the way that they can. But you look at what they did in the finals, and it's like Jason Tatum, who is 6'10", is able, or 6'9", whatever. He really is like, he's tall.
He's huge. He's big.
Yeah, he's tall. But listed at 6'9", whatever, you have this 6'9" guy playing up guarding fives, and now KP can and now you have I understand it's against Lively and Gafford, and they're not like offensively skilled. I get that.
LeBron could do that. I've seen it.
I understand.
No, Tatum's good
understand
at that. That's real. That's real.
Yeah.
Tatum is legitimately that versatile of a defender.
Put
He's
him
Draymond Light at
against
this point.
Jokic at times like LeBron had to do, then no one's having those conversations. I
I
agree.
mean, no one's guarding
but,
Jokic.
like,
We're not measuring guarding
guarding
Jokic.
That's
Guarding
not
Jokic is
happening.
irrelevant. No one can do that.
That's not happening. But he did do that at a very, very high level, and everything else outside of like, if Tatum took a step forward offensively, in my mind, with the way that he has taken a step forward and his defense, we would be talking about him in like top 5, top 4 conversations. This argument right here for me is more about 7, 8 in the league, right?
Yeah.
Because I think we're there, but I think that once we get to that range, I think I value Tatum's defense really, really high.
That's
Me too.
fair.
I just the problem is I listed a lot of things LeBron's better at, and the defensive gap is not so large. Like, LeBron's not a bad defender these days. Obviously, the effort wanes. He can't do it all regular season all the time, and that matters. Tatum can, and that's value there. But it's not like LeBron's guarding like fucking Houston James Harden,
no.
you know. So that gap isn't nowhere near big enough to make up for the fact that LeBron's better at essentially everything else.
I think if LeBron had an opportunity to take like breaks more often, if he had an Alex Caruso or Danny Green, then he would, again, like what he looked like in 2020, I think his defense would have been able to hold up. But sadly, roster construction is not there. And for the Boston Celtics, it is there, and we see Tatum looking. I think he's a better defender in general. I don't care. Like he's a better defender in general. That's fair, but I don't think the gap between him and LeBron defensively is that crazy, considering LeBron James, who he has to cover for, which is D'Lo and Austin Reeves. His defense is going to look worse because he's doing so much more.
I don't think there's been 5 players in NBA history who have had a better defensive system around them than Jason Tatum this year.
Yeah.
With Derek White, Drew Holiday, Jalen, and Kristaps, that's one of the best defensive supporting casts any star has ever had ever. That's absurd. And you compare it to starting D'Lo, Austin Reeves, and Rui Hachimura.
Whose
job is easier
going to look
defensively there?
worse? There's no player in the NBA who's going to look better when you have those two guys just consistently blowing coverages every other play and just getting rained.
LeBron has to make a
down.
lot more weak side rotations when these motherfuckers are getting blown by versus Tatum, who has Derek White and Drew Holiday. You cannot overstate how absurd of a pair that is to have in the front lines.
I understand that, but I'm not gonna sit here and be lied to.
He doesn't even shoot
listen,
better than LeBron these days.
I said
bro.
it one time on one stream. I never once ranked Tatum above LeBron a day in my life. I said he's better one time in my life in a fleeting comment when I had no time to think about it. Mo's ass put me on the spot. I will not be held to the standard.
Yeah, specifically, I was like, you put Jason Tatum on the goddamn Lakers. How far is he taking that team compared to LeBron? I don't think he's taking them as far at all.
Okay, to that point, that part I won't agree with because I think they'd be in the play-in either way. I think that part wouldn't change too much because the Lakers supporting cast is
who
that
would
good.
have more wins? That's the point right there. And I think
maybe marginally LeBron.
That's the point right there. Exactly.
Okay, never mind. I was gonna say if you put LeBron in Tatum's situation,
no,
they already won. So either way, nothing changes.
I mean, they
just win.
Yeah, it's like how bad would they win? When they lose a single game? Maybe because LeBron does that once in a while. It doesn't matter, but LeBron will look better because I think he's just better.
Yeah. Either way, honestly they're so close. So I'm saying LeBron's clearly better, but they're relatively close. Like Donovan said, it's like 7th versus 8th player in the league. So
sure,
I think the fact that I just said both situations wouldn't change is a testament to the fact that they're just really close as players. They're both good enough to lead the Celtics to the championship, and both good enough to lead the Lakers to exactly the play-in tournament.
100%. Shout out KD at number 3 though. Holding it down. Somebody has to take bronze, right? We have to fill out the podium. Good job, Kevin.
So you have Kawhi below Paul George. Interesting. You're over the injuries.
You know why? We don't have to go into it. You understand.
That's tough, man. Like Kawhi's Kawhi, but when you say Kawhi's Kawhi, that also means he will just never be healthy for the playoffs. Mm-hmm. And if you're being real, you should have put him lower for your consistency.
I really should have.
He shouldn't be above Jimmy Butler, I don't think.
Both of them could drop.
Definitely.
For your standards. For me, I don't give a fuck. He's 4.
It's completely fine. We can 100% do that. And today it came out, Kawhi's dropping out of the Olympics. And I told you, I remember we were having a conversation. I told you there was no way that Kawhi Leonard was going to actually play in the Olympics. And
you did say that.
And here we go. Now Derek White, an Olympian, you know what I'm saying? 13th best point guard in the league, gets to be on Team USA.
Oh my God, you're eating this up. Fuck.
Man.
But yeah, man. It's tough.
Is this the last year LeBron holds on to it? I'm at the point now where I don't know if LeBron's ever going to fall off because this is just ridiculous that he's still this good at 39.
Bro, he's 39. This won't last forever.
I've heard that story before.
All right, man. This is our list. How are we feeling about this list? This is a good one.
Yeah,
I love the
I like it.
list.
I should have ranked Kawhi lower.
Yeah, I
should have put J-Dub over him.
J-Dub over Kawhi?
I should have did it.
I understand J-Dub's vibes are immaculate. You love the barking. He had you barking in the living room. But come on, man.
Leonard's just... It's so weird. Like, what do you do with Kawhi if he literally is not going to play a healthy playoff run ever again? How do you rank that? That's... I don't care about injuries as much as you do, but you got to care about that if it's literally never going to be a playoff run. Like that's... You can't ignore that, even if I want to.
Kawhi Leonard cannot... My dad tells me all the time. He says, Kawhi Leonard cannot get not one more of my dollars. He's so over Kawhi and him just being hurt every playoff run. And it's so shocking. I guess it's not because like Kawhi, talent-wise, he's better than PG. It is just so shocking that they were very willing to give Kawhi the extension that early and they were fighting back and forth with PG.
Well, listen, they gave him that whenever they were on top of the world before he got hurt again. If they didn't extend him, then it would have been a tough summer for Kawhi Leonard as well.
But like they should have. But that's what I'm saying. Like why those two guys came in as a package deal. I would never look at them as like, okay, we can do this deal here, like at this time and do this deal. They should walk into the office together. They should get the same contract. They should sign at the same time. Everything should be the same for those two guys because the bedrock of everything that they've tried to build falls on those two. And now PG's in.
You genuinely
Philly.
think PG should have been paid the same amount as Kawhi?
100%. There's no reason.
And they did offer him that
I'm
in the
on
end.
both
At the end, they did offer him that. They just Paul
but
George
it was
wanted
too
a no
late.
trade clause because he knows they move crazy, and they said no.
Yeah, they should have had them all on a conference call. All it should have been Ballmer, Kawhi, and PG, and everybody gets the same contract. And
Kawhi would go camera off on the
way.
conference call. What's the point of Kawhi?
And that's fine. And that's fine as long as he signs with Paul George. That's okay. But Subasic,
This is a good list. I think it's time for 2 weeks in a row, Producer Corner.
What's up, Pookies?
All right. That was Producer Corner. On to TikTok time.
So I had a
Oh wait, hold on. That's a good bit. Could we do that?
no, absolutely not. Please, I worked so hard
He's
for
so
this one.
sad.
Okay, go ahead.
So I had a peach earlier from the farmers market. I bit into it, and I was at work, like at my
peach?
desk. Yeah, peach, and it squirted everywhere. I had to take my contacts out because like the juice got in my eyes. I had to wipe down my coworker's laptop because like it like literally squirted that far. It was a mess, but it was good. And it made me like actually think about it. Now it's people don't talk enough about peaches. I think that they should be ranked highly. And then I started thinking about fruit in general, and I was like, you know what? We need to have a Sweet 16 bracket of fruit.
2 weeks in a row with food content. You're an eater.
Where are the real eaters at? That's
me
a
what you
McHugh
want.
call right there.
Let's roll. I'm locked in.
All right, so I had ChatGPT do the seeding, so it's like fair. So hopefully we're good here. But yeah, let's go for it. First round.
Apples.
Apple.
Sorry.
Apple versus cantaloupe.
Clears.
Let's go. Clear. All right,
Big
next
cantaloupe,
up.
you're insane.
Blueberries versus pears. I think pears are underrated here. I'd actually go.
Blueberries.
That's grapes. Grapes versus pears.
grapes.
Grapes.
I'd actually go pears.
Pears are so
going-
underrated.
I don't eat purple grapes. I only eat green grapes. So maybe I can't.
Dude, what type of crown eater are you? Oh my god.
we can call it. It can be any
What's wrong
grape.
with green
It's
grapes?
fine.
Green
It
grapes
can
are
be
good.
No,
No, it's not
grapes,
what's
green
wrong.
grapes
Green
are
grapes. What do
superior.
you got against?
Green grapes are superior.
But I'm actually going pear here. So, Mo, what about you?
Pear, it's not as versatile as
That is true. You don't
And I think,
come
like,
across a pear that often.
You used
I
to like
think,
drinking
like,
wine. You used to like wine night with the girls.
Well, it's it's the like
That hit home.
grape juice. It did. I do enjoy a good wine night. It's nice.
Oh my gosh.
It's relaxing. But no, like
Kicking your feet up, drinking wines, watching Love
All
Island.
right.
I'm that type of guy.
man, yo, Love Island's lit this season. I need to catch up.
There was a Uruguay players brawled with Colombia fans in the stands after Copa America semifinal. They had a mouse in the palace over there.
I kind of want to watch
Crazy.
that.
Nah,
We'll
them
watch that
soccer,
for the pod.
them soccer dudes, they get in.
Also, as we're recording, Team USA is playing a game tonight for the first time. Their starting lineup is Steph Curry, Devin Booker, Drew Holiday, LeBron, Joel Embiid.
That's
Three-guard
such
lineup
a
from Steve
butchered
Kerr.
lineup.
Jesus.
I mean, they're great players, and it's still the
Bro,
best
what is
players,
this guy's problem?
Drew Holiday at the 3. All those
What-
damn
what
wings
is
on
it?
that team.
What is this guy's problem?
Ugh.
All right. Anyways, so what's this? So we got peach
Peaches
orange.
versus
I'm,
orange.
I'm
Orange.
taking orange. I'm taking
Orange.
Are
You're
y'all
a freak
serious?
if you pick peach.
Yeah.
Orange is a
That
delicious.
was the whole point of this, bro.
I'm sorry, Nikhil, but you have a real
Sorry.
issue if you vibe with peaches like that.
Again, peaches are.
You're from Georgia.
That don't mean shit. Just because it's on our stupid ass flag don't mean nothing.
Atlanta.
No, that's Georgia. I don't rep that. No, Atlanta only.
Nah, go to hell. If there was a losers bracket, it'd make the run. Y'all suck. Just check me out. Anyway, lychee versus blackberries.
We're going blackberry here.
I've never had a lychee. I don't know.
Dude, lychee
We're
is so
going-
gas. I only have it in my boba and my tea places sometimes.
We're going blackberries.
I sided with lychee. Lychee's cool.
It's too much work to get to the middle of the lychee, and then you also have the seeds
That's
in
fair.
the middle.
Oh, no, you're
whereas
right. I
don't even know
blackberries
what
my
it really
lychee, I
is.
had
I
a
don't even know
pre-cut
what that
for me.
is.
I don't know what family it is, but it has that little casing. You like bite it, break off
Is
the
it
casing.
like a grape with a casing?
Yeah, kind of. Like not really,
Kind
but
of.
kind of.
Is it similar to
Is
a
there a
kiwi
pit? It
or
looks like it has a
something?
pit.
That's a real question.
Yeah, it has a pit in the middle.
Is that like
All
a
right.
Japanese fruit or something?
I think it's
think
East
so.
Asian. All right,
Something like
apples
that.
versus grapes.
Apples.
Apples. Apples are making a
All right,
finals
yeah.
run.
Yeah, not
we're
gonna
right.
lie.
I'm not a
Oranges
big
versus
apple
blackberries.
Orange.
Oranges.
Peaches would have won.
Hey, orange and apple on the same side of the bracket. That's a crime.
Yeah, and I'm going apple. I don't know about y'all.
That is the real
Me too.
NBA finals.
I'm
right
going
there, to be
apple, and
honest
this is
with
like no. This is not okay. You guys have oranges way too high. This is a 4-0 sweep by apples.
Dude, I'll fuck up a cutie. Oranges are good.
4-0
But yeah.
sweep is.
Damn.
I'm
Thank you.
sorry. That's
You
stupid.
don't like oranges? What the fuck? Oranges are fantastic.
I like apple. I
Orange-
like oranges. You are too
Orange
high on
gets
them.
this. Orange gets this.
No, it does not.
No, apples
does.
get it. Apples get it, but it's a 7-game series.
Why? But why does apples get it?
Because apples
No,
are awesome.
oranges
I
get
don't
it
know.
for sure. Orange.
I think
No.
apples are more versatile. I'd rather have an apple every day. Or I know
Oh, yeah, okay.
oranges have high
Over a
variance.
cutie? Over a cutie?
Yeah.
Stupid.
Honestly, these are the only two fruit that I eat on a regular basis. So it's really duking it out of like my favorites, the ones I eat like weekly. I'm going apple. But
I'm going
it
apple.
sounds like we're on a
What about
split.
you, Mo?
It's a 2-2 split.
Orange juice is also better.
I'm doing orange.
No, it's not. What the fuck?
Orange
apple juice
orange
is better for sure, but there's so much shit added in there usually. I'd rather lean
Donovan.
towards orange juice.
We're gonna this 2-2 split. We're gonna do rock paper scissors. Put it behind your back, and we'll reveal at the same time.
All right, we're going shoot, right?
Oh, y'all too. Okay,
It doesn't
go
matter.
ahead.
We're just gonna pull it out. That was 3-2-1.
Whoa.
3, 2, 1. I win. I got rock.
Apple wins.
Apples and
Orange
red.
All right,
better.
apples in the
There was
finals.
no real
Apples in the
loser in
finals.
There's no real loser in this.
Orange
All right, let's go to
Orange
the
run.
East. Weak ass conference.
All right,
actually the West.
It glitched out. Anyway, strawberries versus bananas. Who moves on?
Strawberries.
Bananas.
Strawberries.
I don't like either of these fruits. I'm like weird. I really don't like strawberries for some reason. Even like strawberry ice cream and flavor stuff. I just don't like strawberry. So I recuse myself.
Banana flavor,
Well, actually,
whatever is normally a
strawberry.
bad flavor.
Yeah.
I'm going strawberry here.
Strawberries. Cool.
Strawberries.
Yeah, you're right.
Strawberries peak is like finals level, and then strawberries like floor is shouldn't even make it out the first.
This
round.
is a really bad
I
matchup
understand.
for bananas.
Again, banana. Listen, banana has like very bad like main character syndrome where if you try to
Fair.
mix it in
Yeah.
with anything, it takes over. It doesn't allow for team play. So I'm
Twitter
going
ass
strawberry.
point, but we can move on. Strawberry banana, by the way.
It's true. What do you mean?
I don't
Bro
know.
got
I
beef
can
with
open Twitter
bananas.
and find
Oh
like
my
5
God.
tweets about that right now.
Okay. Also, is that a mango?
Yeah, mango,
Put that.
cherry.
Send it on. Send on the mango.
Exactly. Blueberry versus
Mango top
watermelon.
tier. Yeah.
Watermelon. I'm sorry.
Blueberry versus watermelon. Or what are y'all
Now
going?
listen.
Rest of
Now
y'all.
I'm not gonna get too excited for certain reasons, but watermelon should be above.
I'm going blueberry.
Oh man.
Actually, no.
Wait. What is what going?
Blueberry is more versatile than watermelon, so I'll go blueberry.
I'm going blueberry.
I hate to say it, but blueberry. I'd hate to say it, but blueberry. I
Watermelon.
need my
I'm sorry,
antioxidants, man.
Watermelon has really risen up and it's become one of my like go-to fruits. It stays in my fridge.
People are gonna hate that. People are gonna be so mad at us for not picking watermelon first.
Peak watermelon is better than peak blueberry though.
For
This is
sure.
a 1 seed losing in the
No,
round of
even
16.
even the floor.
Around 32.
Even the floor is higher on watermelon, like much higher.
No. Bad watermelon is pretty bad.
Bad blueberries are just tart and like not good. But anyways, moving on. Pineapple versus raspberries.
Pineapple.
Pineapple.
Yeah.
Raspberries.
I
are
love
so
raspberry,
washed.
like raspberry lemonade. Raspberry flavoring and stuff is good, but I'm not eating handfuls of raspberries, and I can eat pineapple.
Isaac,
I used to-
you're exposing your palate right now.
Yeah, no, I'm never going for raspberries by themselves, but I like pineapple.
I used to finish cases of raspberries like in like 2 minutes, and then one day I just woke up, my stomach could not handle it. If I have a raspberry right now, I'm in shambles.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm never gonna want to. It's good on like a dessert, I guess. You would put it like on like a cake or
It
something.
is.
It's fine, but
Yeah.
I'm never eating raspberries by themselves. Maybe
It's
that's
such a weak ass conference, man. Oh my god.
What are you talking
Yeah,
about? There's
Not
two
gonna
power
lie. Yeah, we got
plays
two
here.
bad bitches up top. Strawberries versus mangoes.
All right,
Who y'all got?
Mangoes.
I'm taking
Okay,
mango.
and I agree with you. It's just you said it like it was easy. It's like a 6 or 7 game series. If Strawberry's
I'm
in
going,
season,
I'm going
if
mango
put-
in 6. I'm going mango.
if
in
Strawberry's healthy, we're going 7.
Yeah, I can consistently
That's-
go
that's true.
strawberry, but when you have mango, you always have a great mango experience.
Yeah.
Always.
No, you're not wrong.
I wish I liked mango.
6. I know. I had Isaac try mango for the first time like a couple
I
years
hated
ago.
it. I
And he
hated
bit
it.
into it and ran to the sink and spit it out.
Dude, I hated it.
You must have
Also,
had
we
a bad
did a couple
mango.
years ago. You know, we're getting old. That was like 5 years ago. That was so long ago now. That wasn't a couple years ago.
So,
Damn.
Dang.
that was more
That's
than a
4
college
years
ago.
It might
All
be
right, keep
2020.
moving. Keep moving. Keep moving.
Blueberries versus pineapple.
This is tough.
I'm going pineapple.
Really?
I'm going blueberries.
I fuck with frozen blueberries.
I really like
And, like,
again
yogurt?
pineapple.
Blueberry
pineapple
waffles?
recently has really been
Blueberry
like
muffins?
a star player in my
This is a
fridge.
tough
I think
one.
blueberry might have to take this, bro.
Blueberries are versatile.
Donovan, you're a very big fan of malleability. What can you not do with blueberries?
that is
I'm not sure
that
you
is
use
true.
that word.
Pineapples. Yeah.
So here's the
He
thing.
stays
so
being
I think like,
he stays being close to saying words right. He almost says them right.
so I think that pineapples are better. Like if you were to cook a pineapple, I think you could do more with just an individual pineapple. However, if you're talking about like parfaits, smoothies, desserts, even like blueberry waffles, just add on, blueberry is there. But
About al
we got-
pastor, that meat. has pineapple.
Exactly. For marinades and just like extra flavor, add in the sweetness, pineapple's there.
That's very
We have
low-key.
to give it most improved because it has been rising up. But this is a 7-game series. Blueberry does have more tricks in his bag. And listen, the game
Bag
is
is
about a bucket. And blueberries
I
give
wholeheartedly
buckets.
agree with you.
Okay.
All right, dude, this is actually tough. Mangoes versus blueberries.
They're so very different. So very different.
That's what I'm saying.
Me, I'm going blueberries. I'm a biased party, but my vote is to blueberries. I'll say that.
This is
But
tough.
like
I think mangoes are overall better, but like blueberries have like a very, very strong case on like many levels to beat mangoes.
see, mango is like, mango's like Dirk, where it has that very, very like when it's at its best, you
all
can get a
reliable.
2011. That's what I'm saying. You can get a 2011 run. You know that like at its best, it can compete with anybody. It has the strength of being
Kevin Durant.
like. Hey, I mean, I don't know, but
Not even at like its worst though.
Let's just go ahead
I-
and give it to blueberry. I
What?
I think blueberry is just too consistent. And
That's
too,
nah.
see now here's
If
the
we're
thing.
split,
Now,
we
I
gotta
don't
do
wanna-
another rock paper scissors thing.
I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready to go again.
Now
We need Don to make his pick.
I'm gonna go blueberry because I think that in a series when you're talking about game planning and working against other people's weaknesses, I think blueberry has more counters to what mango can do. And
Well, mango
There's
can do is
sometimes-
very
there's-
strong though. Very strong.
it is very strong, but there's some times where you see mango turn the corner, you see it make a move, and it feels a little gimmicky. Whereas blueberry is very fundamental. It has a
No,
lot
you
of
let
things
all
that
ethnic
it can
people
do.
down because I thought for sure it'd be me and you with mangoes versus the world.
I love mangoes, but bro, the versatility when it comes to blueberries is just so much more valuable.
Makes me sick.
It's so
I saw a
it
TikTok
sucks. It
yesterday.
sucks that Apple's here because I hate this.
I followed the
Apple's
guy.
gonna
I followed the guy on TikTok who has a little monkey. And he's always feeding him mangoes, and that little monkey fucks him up. It's crazy.
because the mangoes are crazy, and also that's very wild for you to bring up right now. So
Why?
let's
It's a TikTok. Some guy's a pet monkey. It's not my fault.
let's talk about these apples
All
and
right,
blueberries.
the final is set. We have blueberries versus apples. 7-game series. Who's winning?
I think
Apple,
wins
you
in
are the
5.
2024 grand champion.
Apple wins in 5.
I think
We did it.
I'd actually say blueberry wins in 6 personally.
Oh,
No.
go fuck yourself. Apple stomps.
No.
If blueberry wins, blueberry has to win in 7. It really has to push Apple because if Apple is like
Apple's
if
bad.
Apple's on its game,
Yeah.
and
I like
because of
apple.
the-
I like blueberries and dessert more. Honestly,
Apple can
I
never
know, I
lose.
understand.
Apple has like 65 combinations of different
Bro,
types.
apple cider
Everybody
vinegar.
has an apple they like.
that's fair. Yeah, I mean honey crisp
cinnamon
and all that.
apple. Like the
the depth
list
is
goes
crazy. This
on
is
and
strength
on
in
and on.
numbers 2015 Warriors.
It's also
strength
more
in numbers is
consistent.
ridiculous.
I can see
and
that.
like and you talk about blueberries in dessert. You get a hot apple pie with some ice cream. That right there is really, really good. And you can have, an apple crumble, cobbler, all that type of stuff. And like I just said, it's so versatile. There's 65 kinds of apples. It can match up with any fruit.
And also,
Apple juice.
Listen,
apple,
this
on its
really
base
shows you
level too.
matchups because I think
It does.
if mango went against apples, mango would have won.
I agree. I think that orange, it really should have been a tropical final because I think that we should have had orange versus mango, and then we
now
really
you're trying to
could have
switch
got
up
like
the
a
goddamn
classic.
conferences.
No,
I'm just saying it sucks that
West.
They
it
try
had to
to
come down
rewrite the
like this.
narratives in real time. This is crazy. Fake
No,
news
it's
media.
crazy.
This
It's
sucks,
crazy.
man.
No, but this is good though. This is good.
Yeah,
The real winner won, so I'm happy.
Shout out to apples, man.
Apple's just not the best fruit.
It is. Though.
It's the most
goat.
consistent.
It's not better than orange. It's not better.
yeah. This was like for sure, like what Isaac was saying about the Celtics, like how health wins out, like the past few NBA champions. This is like the Apple run. I'm going to be consistent. I'm going to be there.
The depth of Apple's team really came through.
Yeah.
So I get
Look
it.
at that. And just like that, we're on to TikTok time. Welcome to TikTok time. Once again, we are starting with the draft. This should be a fun one. We're going to do a draft of only NBA players who wore the number 3 at any point in their career.
That's true. That's good.
We've done this with
It's tough.
23. I think it's the only number we've done it with so far. But this is low-key a stacked-ass number.
3's the magic number. Everybody knows that.
I suppose so.
agree. So much
So-
ore behind this number.
The draft order, it really is a very oreful number. Like, this is a strong solo digit. The draft order is Donovan, me, Mo. You guys know how it works. Point guard through center. We're drafting full teams. Only qualification is they had to wear 3 for at least 1 year of their career. Donovan, who are we going with the first pick?
Listen, not a lot of big men ever wore 3. So with my first pick, give me Anthony Davis.
God damn it.
Damn.
There's like 4 guys I wanted, and I thought he's the one you surely wouldn't pick. Fuck.
Damn. Okay.
Well, second pick. Give me the best player here. Give me Dwayne Wade.
Fair.
Okay.
That's
now
good.
I
I
thought
kind
he
of
was
cooks
gonna be
my
one.
construction.
We
just a little bit.
we knew these guys were going 1 and 2. It
had to be done.
That was exactly. And so I know exactly where Mo's going to go with number 3, unless he tries to sell. Mo, are you 12? Why are your arms inside your shirt like that? What are you doing?
Can I not get cozy? It's a little
All
chilly
right.
in here.
Be a man. Get a blanket.
Well, a blanket's
Raw
not that
dog that
accessible
shit.
to me right now. What? Okay.
He said, "What do you say to me?"
Your turn. Do you have the answer to this third pick?
I have to go ahead and just grab talent. So at my point guard, go ahead and give me CP3. And at
didn't have the
my
answer.
2, go ahead and give me Allen Iverson. A lot of
Okay, he
buckets.
had the answer.
I don't know about defense, but go ahead and give me the best players.
All right. I wanted CP3, but that's fine. I will take Tracy McGrady at my small forward.
Ah, okay, that's good. That's good.
Give me Batman and Superman right off the bat.
That's a crazy 2-3.
It's nuts.
That's a crazy 2-3.
That's fun as fuck.
cooking.
All right. I need a point guard. So listen, we are going to make peace with one of my mortal enemies. Kyle Lowry, welcome to the team.
Wow.
damn.
You
I
actually
needed
did it.
Welcome to the team, Kyle Lowry.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Now, I need some shooting. I need some spacing. So, again, another mortal enemy of mine. This really is just me making peace with all of my enemies. Jason Terry, welcome to the team.
Ooh. Okay.
That's tough.
At my 2.
Okay. Interesting.
Listen, I got my 2 ball handlers. I need role players. Give me OG Anunoby, my power forward. I need
solid.
defense.
When did he wear number 3 for the Raptors?
Yes.
Okay. Solid. All right. Speaking of defense, I need that too. I have some of the better offensive players of all time on my side. I feel confident. So my center, go ahead and give me Ben Wallace. I just need someone who's going to beat ass. Beat ass.
Okay.
Well, that's fine. That's fine. You can have them.
Okay.
Too small.
Okay.
I'm
So
lying.
after Ben
You are small.
Wallace,
You are small.
hey, I'm small, but I'm versatile. That's all that matters.
You're really not. You're actually small and not versatile.
What can CP3 not do? What can Allen Iverson not do?
I don't know, but it's
He
still
can
your
wear
pick.
anything off the court and still throw you off your game.
It's still your pick. Go ahead.
So at my small forward, go ahead and give me Garrett Wallace. Go ahead and give me Garrett Wallace. I don't need that
Gerald?
many bucket getters. Yeah, I don't know why I always say Gerald. That's what I'm sticking
Me
to.
neither.
Fucking Gerald.
All right. Well, I'm going to pick the steal of the draft here. Give me Brandon Roy at my point guard.
Okay.
You have,
Not necessarily
you have
a
too
steal
many
if
guys
no
who
one
need the
wanted
ball.
him.
You have too many guys who need the ball.
Yeah, a little bit too much.
You never heard of a big three?
Nah. Too much. Looking very Phoenix Suns-ish.
Oh, my God.
All right. I would like to get some defense because obviously if I'm going up against Dwayne Wade, Trace McGrady, and Brandon Roy, we need somebody who can be locked down. My small forward, give me Bruce Bowen.
Okay.
I just want some defense in that pick.
I'm still attacking Jason Terry every play, but I'll steer clear of Bruce Bowen.
Exactly. That's one option down. That's all we're looking for. And see, I have a couple options of where I want to go with this. I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do. This is tough because I can either go big or I can kind of just lean into what I'm doing right now. But let's try to build this out. Give me my main guy. Give me Al Harrington to play the 4.
He's
This
your
is the second
main
time
guy?
you picked Al Harrington.
Yo, give me Al Harrington. Al Harrington is a cool dude, man.
Listen, it was surprising the first time you picked Al Harrington in a TD3 draft. I don't even know what to call it now. This is insane.
If we're playing in like 2007, I love my team.
Think about the old days.
Exactly.
The old days.
I know.
At my center, give me Tyson Chandler.
Tyson
Perfectly
Chandler.
balanced lineup. I got the 4 and the 5 locked down defensively. The big 3 to get buckets. I'm in there.
Tyson Chandler's nice. Okay. I like that. All right, so I got CP3, AI, Garrett Wallace, great gap filler, and Ben Wallace. Ooh, I got 2 Wallaces. I like that. Let me go ahead and stick
a third
to
one.
the
Double
tendency
homicide.
of last name starting with W.
Get another
I said
Wallace.
his name before one time in a draft, and I'm going to say it again. Go ahead and give me David West at my 4. He used to wear number 3 back when he was with the Warriors.
They don't
One of my favorite role
understand.
players for no
You didn't
reason.
even
They
try to
don't
have good
understand.
spacing.
They don't understand.
Are you kidding me?
Listen, Mo,
you're
Mo, I like that pick. Mo, I like that pick. The pick and pop that you have between CP and David West, unbeatable. The amount of elbow jumpers
elbow
that you're knocking
jumpers.
down.
Exactly.
They
Talking about
can't stop
spacing, I
that.
got plenty of it. What are you talking about right now?
What are you gonna do when I'm 16 feet away, just staring at the rim?
That just
On
tells you
both
you never
sides.
watched David West in your life.
Pick a side.
Who's your best 3-point shooter?
Who's my best 3-point
Don't
shooter?
matter.
Hypothetically,
Probably
AI.
No, it's probably CP.
Hypothetically, AI.
Who's your best 3-point shooter? T-Mac?
OG Anunoby. T-Mac. That's 2 great shooters right there.
Great. All right.
Yes. Then what?
The what?
The what?
The what?
We heard
The
that.
what?
We all heard that. We all heard that. All right.
Big
So
as the
my
what?
team, I got CP3, AI, Garrett
Big as
Wallace,
the Super
David
Bowl.
West, and Ben Wallace. This is an old ass team. God
So
damn.
they put me in beef. I said them my words.
And that's our draft. Y'all listen in the comments who won, who had the best team. I like my chances. Who had the worst team here?
I think it's Mo.
You have Bruce Brown and Al Harrington.
You don't see. That's how I know you don't know ball. You don't
Really,
know about Al Harrington.
Jason Terry is really weighing you down because he's getting ran. And I don't know if he makes up the value on the other end.
I'm being 100% real, and even though that I love this guy, AI can't guard Jason Terry.
What does guarding Jason Terry look like? Standing.
Like I'm just saying.
What
like,
does that look like?
He's kind of getting cooked.
What does that
I had to
look like?
process that. What the fuck?
What does that? I've never heard anybody. What does that look like? Oh my gosh! Like
All
he's
right,
some
dude.
unbreakable force.
Next up, I'm going to show you guys some celebrities, and I want you guys to guess who their NBA lookalike is. Now, I got all these from Reddit, so if you have a problem with it, you can take it up with the Redditors on r/NBA, because I didn't know any great celebrity lookalikes. I went there, and I found a ton of them.
All right,
All
let's
right.
roll with it.
I like this font you used. Nice font.
Graphic designer at heart is what it is.
Yeah, yeah.
Actually,
Just
I
know.
aligned it terribly. Actually, it's not center aligned. The bottom that pisses me off.
Just know. I see you. I see you.
Show me the
Real simple.
lookalikes.
Guess the NBA celebrity lookalike. First off, okay, Ashton Kutcher.
This is one of the greatest shooters of all time. This is the
We're
one and only
starting
Kyle
with layups.
Korver.
Thank you. Good job.
Listen, I couldn't start with a difficult one. We had to give you guys something to, see the ball go through the net and get you some rhythm
Yeah.
going. This is Kyle Korver.
The resemblance
You
is
understand the
uncanny, bro. These are the same
Yeah,
people.
bro. Yeah,
The
bro.
hair, this is crazy. Also, that's a terribly unflattering picture of Kyle Korver.
Sup, dude.
So listen, a Chrysler 300 looks like a Maybach until you see it next to a Maybach. This is mean.
That's literally the meme,
Okay.
bro.
You guys are 1 for 1. Next up, Oscar from The Office.
Is this Shane Battier?
No.
Shane Battier.
It
not
could
a,
be.
Not a
Not
terrible
at all.
guess. Not
It's
a bad
not
guess.
Shane Battier. Brother, do you not see it?
See who?
Do you see it?
I think so. This is Malcolm Brogdon, isn't it?
This is
Oh,
Malcolm Brogdon.
Okay.
This
Yeah.
one is so accurate.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
okay. I see it. That's
Is Malcolm Brogdon a Latino king?
he could be. Malcolm
He
Brown, we
might
just
be.
found out some information about you. Hit our line ASAP. We got some breaking news.
We need to
just
do a
discovered
DNA
something about
test.
his lineage.
All right, next one. You're 2 for 2. Let's see if I can stump you guys. We got Terry Crews.
Oh my God.
Ooh.
Okay, could this
Trying to think
be? I don't know, Quincy AC? Nah, he don't got the beard.
Not Quincy AC.
We've never said his
This is
name
who's
ever on this
big and
platform.
who's black?
Yeah, quite literally.
He said, "Is this Shaq?" I've never
I
seen
mean,
this one
is
before.
it Shaq?
No, it's not fucking Shaq. I've never heard of this one. I got it from Reddit, and this is one nobody's ever said, but it's pretty good.
I'm not even mad if it's not accurate though.
It's pretty solid. I mean, he's way
Is
older
this
because the guy's currently playing.
Is this a bald Bam Adebayo?
No, that's not a terrible guess though.
Oh, this is Nas Reed.
This is Nas Reed.
What the
How did you
fuck?
see that?
Oh my God.
Oh, nah,
That's
this
so
is racist.
good.
Nas Reed, I'm sorry, but you gotta hit our line. We have some terrible news for you, brother. Also, do never cut your hair. Never cut your hair.
I've never heard this one before until I saw it on Reddit, but it's fact. This is a good one. I mean,
This is
listen, he's not
mixed
bald
feelings.
and 50, but it's solid. This is solid.
Mixed feelings for sure.
It's not the
People
Ashton
already-
Kutcher one, but it's good.
People already be kind of crazy.
Yeah.
No, this one isn't a reach. This one's good.
Mixed feelings.
They're not
okay.
twins. They're not twins. It's not like Ashton Kutcher and
Are they cousins?
Korver.
Cousins.
Yeah,
for
that's
sure.
like his uncle. That's his uncle.
Okay.
Second uncle.
No, I like this one. Okay, next up, Jim Carrey.
Ew.
Dang, he looks old.
My goat
This
is
is an
getting up
NBA
there.
player who looks like this?
His
Now, I
neck
didn't
is
say it has
stretched
to be a
out.
player.
Is this what's your man's name? This Quinn Snyder?
This is not Quinn Snyder, but you're getting hot. I'm honestly shocked you don't know this one off rip.
Who's another
Off rip?
white coach like that? Who
This
looks
one
like
is
that?
this is perhaps the greatest NBA lookalike of all time.
Oh, is this
Honestly,
Kenny Atkinson?
No, the fact that you've gotten 2 guesses and you haven't gotten it, you should be ashamed. This is Rick Carlisle.
The hair completely throws me off.
Bro,
Wow.
they are fucking twins. This is crazy.
That's his brother. Oh wow.
Dude,
Yeah.
cover up the
I've
left
never
side.
seen this.
Cover up Jim Carrey. This motherfucker looks exactly like what you think Jim Carrey looks like from memory.
No, both of them were in the mask for real. I like that.
Okay.
Okay. Shout
Damn,
out,
I didn't
okay.
see that, but
Okay,
now I
Reddit.
kind of do.
Okay, Reddit.
No, this
see
one,
you.
everyone's known this one for years. We've been saying this for a decade.
How about not the
Next one.
figures?
DMX.
See, that's Quincy Acey.
This one I don't love as much. It's not as much of a twin, but Reddit said it, so I went with it. Maybe they see it more than I do.
Stephon Marbury.
Oh, no, that's a good one.
I was gonna.
But no.
I was about to say that if it's not him, then I don't know who this could be. He's playing right now.
No, this is of the DMX era.
Shit. Okay.
Their primes aligned.
1998.
No,
Alonzo
it's,
Mourning?
it's after his prime, but closer than it is now.
Closer than it is now. These are getting tough.
Yeah, this is hard. I
This
don't know.
guy
who
played in
this
the
is.
early 2000s.
Early 2000s.
Early 2000. Kevin Garnett?
This is Kevin Garnett.
Ooh.
It's the earring.
They're just bald
The
black
earrings
guys.
and
They don't
bald
have
head.
the same nose, mouth,
That's
ears,
what
or
I'm saying.
eyes. They're just black guys bald
is-
with diamonds
And
dancing in
what I
their
was
ear.
trying
What
to
the
tell you
hell?
about
This
Reddit.
is targeted.
This is my argument against the platform.
Reddit. All eyes are on you.
Yeah, I didn't love this one either. And I could maybe I could have found a better picture of DMX. What, he had like a
No,
skinnier face?
there's no hiding. There's no hiding
Probably
the
not.
non-resemblance.
All right, next one.
Them diamonds is dancing though.
We got Joe Budden.
I
Is
know
this
him.
light-skinned Quincy AC?
No,
This is not Quincy Acey.
no. I'm sorry.
Look what you
This
started.
is easily Carlos Boozer, one of the greatest big body power forwards of all time. Muscle meatheads. I love it. This is Carlos Boozer.
And one of the
Facts.
fakest beards that we've ever
This is Carlos
seen in the
Boozer.
league.
Yeah.
Carlos Boozer
gets
comes to the
home
front
and
of
he-
the class.
He grabs that beard, starts it here, wraps it around.
Nah, him and Mo get haircuts at the same place.
Hell nah.
Nah, the beard that never disconnects. That's just a full second half of the face. That's diabolical. He looks like a Pokeball.
That is
This
ridiculous.
is
right?
this is basketball Albert Pujols.
Looks like he dips his face in like spray on, like the enhancer.
Bro, his eyebrows are mad thick.
I love the commitment though from him. This is his
You
look.
think his eyebrows are fake too? You think he gets the enhancements on his eyebrows?
They look like him.
Topic for
This
another
photo.
day, but he clearly does. Next player, we got Keanu Reeves, Mr. John Wick,
Is this
Neo.
JJ Redick?
Yes, it
JJ
is.
Redick. Wow.
Yeah.
that was fast.
Yeah.
They have the same type of
We're
vibe,
on
if you
it.
ask me,
We're
man.
on
I
top
don't know
of it.
what it is about these two guys, but they both know a lot.
They're just both
They're
knowers.
smart.
They're both knowers, yeah.
Okay. Well, listen, you got the white boy bag down. I'll give you that.
Damn,
Next
I
up.
like that one.
Offset.
Oh, this is classic.
Is this not Nas Reed?
This is not
No.
Nas Reed.
Not Nas Reed. Not Nas Reed at all.
Who is this?
Look at the
Who is
nose
this?
and the nose really tells it all. And just the look of his
Man,
eyes,
just tell
for
me.
real. This is KD. This is classic, bro.
This is Kevin Durant.
Ah.
Honestly, he looks
I
more
see.
like young KD. I should have picked the younger picture, but
Yeah.
this is a good one.
They've
I
been
can
twins
see that.
forever.
I can see it.
Facts. Yeah, I remember back in like Amigos was first popping off. The side by sides were crazy in like 2014.
Facts.
All right, next up, we got Rob 49.
I almost
This one is
spit-
hilarious.
I almost spit out my goddamn retainers, bruh. Since when the
Oh, I
fuck
know
did
who this
RJ
is.
Barrett
So
get so
accurate.
much fucking aura?
Exactly,
Who the
yeah.
hell is this?
This is RJ Barrett.
RJ, this is not you.
This is RJ Barrett with VC. When you're in my career and you do your little rapping side quest, this is RJ Barrett in that.
The
Facts.
first 2 years of RJ Barrett's career, I thought he was gonna have to be a rapper. I thought it was looking kind of rough. This is RJ Barrett if you play for the Hornets.
Oh, that's so accurate.
That's what this is.
That's fucking crazy. Keep
That's so
his
accurate.
ass away from the Hornets. Keep everybody away from the Hornets.
Hey, Robbie.
Nothing good happens from it.
Bro, Robbie spitting that shit though, so maybe I definitely would want to see RJ on the Hornets.
All right, man. Next up, Donovan Smoot.
Oh my gosh.
Come on, man.
Dude, not the other day, but last month or 2 months ago when we were in the streets of Chicago, some random dude was like, "Hey, you're that one NBA player, Mikal Bridges. He was on phone him. I'm like, oh yeah, cool, bro. I thought he was gonna be like, I watch a TikTok, but he's like, nah, you look like Mikal Bridges. That's crazy.
Does anybody know who his lookalike is?
Mikal Bridges.
Guys, come on. I'm just trying to have a good pod.
Incorrect. The answer is Robert Ory.
Oh no, they have the same ears.
See.
Why?
This is
Damn.
crazy.
Oh, I never saw the ears. That is crazy.
Damn,
This is
you
nuts.
guys have the same ears.
Over here leaning.
But wait, there's more. The answer is also
More.
Mikal Bridges.
Everybody says this. I don't. Bro, I don't see this because
This is-
because like 2 days after the guy stopped me on the street, we went to a museum, and one of the ladies at the
yeah.
entrance, she said the same thing. She was like, "Has anybody ever told you you look like Mikal Bridges?" I was like, "Actually, just last night that happened."
This one is one that looks good in theory until you see it side by side and you're like, not really.
Yeah,
Nah, I disagree.
But
He
wait,
really
there's
does.
more. A third one
More.
that people said on stream. Norm Powell.
This one,
once
this
again-
is underrated. Very
This
underrated.
was underrated as fuck.
Very underrated.
do y'all think that Martin Luther King fought just so that we could have people just saying black, same?
No,
think
you're
that's-
missing
do you
it
think-
out.
First
It's not
of all-
black, black.
first
It's
of
black.
all, it's
you
not
think
beard,
that's
black.
Yes, exactly. It's black, beard, fade.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
We have several qualifying factors.
Yeah. This is very underrated. You should be proud of this one.
This is not
Donovan.
what he dreamt. This is not what he dreamt.
And this last one doesn't really count. But wait, there's
Another
more.
one?
Not NBA, but we got to get OVO Chubbs in there.
This is the worst one, bro. This is damning. This is targeted. Donovan, just walk off the set.
He
Oh
got
my
the
God.
same fit on.
Yeah, quite literally.
He said same fit, like it's not a black shirt and a chain. Like what do we?
Black
Like we
shirt,
both
gold
coordinated
chain.
the
It
same
looks like you're doing a Halloween costume.
Yeah. Target. We have to write Isaac up for fucking bullying, bro. You're going straight to HR. Y'all were over here wondering where Nikhil at. He got suspended for some shit that he did. And Isaac, trust and believe you'll be seeing someone in the principal's office.
This is why I'm going on vacation for 2 weeks. This is why I'm leaving. I can't do this every week.
We've never brought this in the stream audience has seen these before. The main channel audience
Isaac
has never
sends
seen
this
this.
once every like 10 days.
I think what's an even more uncanny resemblance is
I don't like
Isaac
this.
and Nick Wright. That's fucking crazy. They're the same person.
Nikhil, I just saw your text off screen. You're a dead man. You're a dead man. You're actually disrespectful. And I
No,
don't
you're right.
appreciate that.
People have definitely given me Nick Wright before. I've got Nick Wright and I've got Klay Thompson. Only similarities is pointy ass nose. I got a
Yeah.
big nose on me. That's the only difference. That's the only similarities.
You're saying you look like Squidward's house?
I thought we were friends.
That text
Honestly,
was
the Robert
crazy,
Ory
too.
one's the best one. Robert Ory's probably the most accurate one. Robert Ory's crazy.
In terms of the NBA ones, yeah.
The ears were just
I was
crazy.
I
as
was
hell
saying
to me.
all of them. Robert Ory is the closest one. But if you want to say Chubbs is better, go ahead.
I actually, there's been times where I've seen Chubbs like on Instagram, and I'll be like, no, okay, I see it.
You got it.
I can't even
No,
lie.
I
That's
should have picked
me.
a better picture. This is an old picture of Chubbs. I was in a rush. Nowadays, Chubbs is
When
skinnier.
he has his beard,
Yeah, Chubbs has a beard and he's skinnier. You guys are fucking twins. This picture, he's 20 pounds heavier, so you don't see it as much.
all right, man. What's the next TikTok? Because over
Next thing we're gonna do-
slandering me.
Next thing we're gonna do, I'm gonna have you guys guess the NBA player based on their eyes.
Oh, this is
Donovan was in
back
his
to-
bag last time, I believe.
No, this is you.
This
Oh my
is
god,
you.
I
You're
just
the
seen
man knower.
a picture of skinny OVO Chubbs. Holy shit. This is scary. No,
Nikhil's typing
this
in
one is
skinny
actually the
OVO
most
Chubbs.
accurate.
He typed
Go
in
to-
skinny.
This
You
is
think skinny's gonna
genuine.
work? You fucking bozo.
This is scary.
Not Nikhil. Your Googling skills.
Oh, click that right there.
They're
Yep,
not the
click that one. Top left. No, go back. God, L producer. Top left. There we go. There's Donovan.
That is crazy.
So what's
This
the
one
next,
that I sent
what's
to
the
you
next,
just now looks even crazier, dude. Oh my god.
guys?
That is
me.
Oh my God, this is crazy.
that is crazy.
Pull it up.
That is the smooth. That is
Hey,
crazy.
fucking
Donovan,
yo,
do this for me one time
zoom
real
in.
quick. Hit me one of these real quick, please. Please. That is crazy.
That's you when you're 34. This is crazy.
You aging like wine, to be honest with you.
That's you in a decade.
It's not bad. Yeah, that's nuts shit, bro. That's
This
literally
is crazy as fuck.
That's literally
Guys,
you.
I just wanted to talk about basketball. Like, that's all I wanted to do.
Oh my God. Oh, listen, we cooked Mo's baby pictures. It's only right. We can't move on.
Oh man.
I just want to hang out.
I just want to hang out.
All right, let's go to the next slideshow. You guys are to guess the NBA player by only their eyes. I've done this before. Mo is famously a man knower who excels at every single guess the NBA player that has to do with the visual of their face.
Man, no mojo.
I
Mo's
just
bad.
know ball, man. That's all it is.
All right, man. So real simple. I'm only going to show you a set of eyeballs. You guess who the player is. First off, who is this player?
Oddly,
You
I
should
think
know
I know
this.
this in a heartbeat.
Off top. I
Who
know
is
it
it?
in a heartbeat too.
Oh, who is it? I could be wrong.
This is Lonzo Ball.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say Zoe as well.
This is Chino Hill's finest, Lonzo Ball.
Nice. Okay.
Been
I
watching
didn't know
one.
his eyes were
Yes.
colored.
Apparently.
You know his background.
True.
All right, next up. Who is this man?
Someone's
You showed
Grammy.
basically his whole face.
Jeremy looks like someone's Grammy, bro. But this is one of the greats of all time, bro. Larry Bird.
Isn't it
Larry
crazy?
Legend.
This is a picture from when he was playing still.
What?
No, it's wild. It's wild. From just this alone, I know that his chocolate chip cookie recipe is fire.
Yeah.
I know it's amazing.
Bro.
37-year-olds from the 80s do not look like 37-year-olds from today. This is Larry Bird.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's Larry Bird for sure. You said
That's a
his
man that
chocolate
never
chip
wore
recipe.
sunscreen. He was doing yard work, no sunscreen for years.
Nah, I
He
bet he
low-key
threw it on
got
the
a Yale.
meanest oat brand ever, bro. I know he has a recipe down to a T.
All right, next up. Who is this player?
Oh. This looks like someone who's been put through the slammer.
Slammer. What?
disgusting.
What do you mean the slammer? What does that mean?
Growing his
Someone
hair.
who just is forced to do shit all the goddamn time.
Okay.
Jalen Brunson. Oh my gosh. Is that you?
This is Jalen Brunson. Okay, you guys are flying through this.
Yeah.
I always make this too easy. I don't know how to make it harder.
Old picture too.
Yeah, I thought that would throw you off.
You have to show one eye.
I know. Like this is way
One
too
eye is
easy.
hilarious.
All right, next up. Who is this player?
Oh, see, now this is interesting.
Is
Now
it
we're getting
really?
difficult.
Because I don't think it's interesting at all. Look at his eyes and look at how his eyebrows just like accentuate.
You got it. You got it.
That is
Tell me who this is.
Isaacs, one of his big homies, Jaime Jaquez.
One of my big homies.
Yeah, Jaime Jaquez. This is one of your guys.
Wait till Hakeem Olajuwon gets up here. You just fucking wait. This
And
is
I will
Jaime
get it
Jaquez.
immediately too.
Listen, we don't call Mo a man knower for nothing. He knew on the spot. This is Jaime Jaquez.
Yeah, man. I saw the way your eyes lit up when you went ahead and brought this up. I'm like, oh yeah, he means something to you. He's breaking history.
I said, Arriba.
I don't know. Okay, relax.
This is two
Go
pods in a row. We have
loco.
hella Mexican
Go
jokes.
loco.
I'm sorry.
Go loco. Arriba. It's so funny. The comments stay calling me Taco Man and shit. They've gotten so comfortable making jokes about me. It's crazy.
That's insane.
This is why. This is why they do
See,
that.
They keep on doing it. I
This
think
is the
I'm gonna go
culture
ahead and pull
we've
up on them
allowed.
Like, NBA, like folks to be doing on NBA Twitter. They got to see me one day.
All right, next up. Who is this player?
This is blurry picture.
Yeah, this is poopy. This is an old player though, right?
I don't know. I mean, he's not young, but not like 80s or none.
Oh, okay. Well, that was one of my only guess. Damn it. Who is this guy?
This man has hurt in his eyes.
Hurt in his eyes. He does for stupid fucking reasons.
Interesting. Stupid reason.
This is a moron.
You put me in a tough spot.
This is exactly.
I don't want to say a name and then be like, damn, it's not him.
I guess I'll say it. This is Ennis Cantor. Rest in piss, Ennis Cantor.
Okay, there we go. Thank God.
I forgot
One
what
of
he
the-
looked like
One
completely.
of the biggest
That's not even
bozos
his
to walk
name
into a
anymore.
league
Isn't his
by
name
some
like
time.
Ennis Freedom?
I forgot. Yep, the bozo changed his name.
Even worse.
Damn right it is.
Cantor was a hard ass last name
Damn
too.
right it is.
Fucking moron.
Stand for something or fall for anything.
Section 80. Hi, pal. Yeah, fuck this guy. Next one.
Shout out, brother, fighting the good fight.
He's fighting the worst
What
fight.
is
He's
it? I know, I
fighting the
know.
stupidest fights.
I know.
Who is this player?
His probably look like he's seen a ghost. He looks terrified. He got little Dirk eyes right now.
But it also looks like, I feel like this could be DeMar. But
It's not
No
DeMar
way.
DeRozan.
I feel like this guy low-key has freckles or something like that. Is this Al Horford?
No, this is not a current player. Early 2000s guy.
Early 2000s guy. Okay.
ooh. See, I forgot what all of them look like.
We actually just talked about him.
Al Harrington? David West?
This is not Al Harrington.
Why would he put Al Harrington in the goddamn TikTok?
Y'all don't know?
Is it Jermaine O'Neal?
What the fuck? You know this is not Jermaine O'Neal.
I know.
I think I'm cooking
This is
one.
Donovan Smooth. This is Robert Horry.
Oh yeah, I'd have been screwed. That's hilarious.
Had to spin the block real quick.
You think this is so funny. You think it's very, very funny. And it's a lot
Donovan went
less
from
amusing.
zero. Donovan from 100 to 0. So
It's a lot less amusing.
Isaac's
than
feet are
what you think
consistently
it
in the
is.
air over this, bro. Go ahead, get your laugh off. I love it.
he's so mad.
What did I do? What did I do to deserve this?
Next player. Who is this player?
Someone who's not good, probably.
Why would you say that?
Because it's Grant Williams. That's why. Am I wrong?
This is Grant Williams.
Yeah. I'm sure he's a great person, but what I saw with the Dallas Mavericks,
Nah, he's a wild boy. Recent screenshots have shown.
Oh,
Wild
I
guy.
forgot.
wait, there's some allegation. What happened? I'm out of the
No,
loop.
no.
No, not allegations. That's nothing problematic.
Not allegations. He's
But
just,
it is
he's just
wild.
He's just wild.
Interesting. Okay. I got to know.
All right, next player. Who is this player?
Now he's seen ghosts for sure. He been through
That's
it.
the eyes of a damaged man.
Accomplished something in
looks like
his
Steve
goddamn
Kerr.
career. Look like he's been in some generational runs. Is this Dirk Nowitzki?
This is Dirk. Okay, you are a man knower.
I just
International
know
man,
how to read eyes, bro. I just know how to read eyes.
No, those eyes have seen European horrors.
What are you?
Horrors beyond our comprehension.
Yeah, you don't know what he's seen in them Germany streets.
Why are you laughing?
What do you think he saw?
I can't
know.
tell you.
I just think those eyes look mad European and he looks scarred. I don't know. Oh, he's from Germany. Fuck. Next player. Next player. Who is this man?
Okay.
Oh, that's finna pass on his body. I'm John Stockton. Correct?
This is John Stockton. There you go.
Yeah, that was the easiest for sure.
I think it's the last one. Do we have one more? We do. Who is this player? We have a few more.
Oh my god.
This guy's squinting.
This guy's Smiley.
Who
This
is
guy?
he and why is he smiling so hard?
He's a grinner.
My first guess would be like Jeff Green, but Jeff Green don't be
Is this
smiling
Al?
like that.
Does Al be cheesing like this?
Is
Is
this
Al Horford?
No.
is this Vince Carter?
Wow, this is Vince Carter. You are ridiculous at this game.
Wow.
That smile right there brought me so much pain back in 2018.
2018?
Yes.
Why? 'Cause
When
of
he
the
was a
Hawks?
Hawk.
Wasn't
Yeah.
his best year, huh?
They had him running like 18 minutes a game next to Trae Young, bro. I love the effort. But goddamn, bro. Just hang it up.
Tough.
Yeah.
All right, next player. Who is this man?
Golly. Who is this man? Bro, I'm like legitimately just stunned at
It's so
these
quiet.
eyes.
Oh no, Wenyen Gabriel, bro? Who the hell is this? God damn.
It's not when you Gabriel.
Oh no, we gotta go to the Rolodex and I don't wanna I don't wanna guess.
I fucking cried.
We're gonna have to make assumptions.
Wenyen Gabriel was my best choice, bro. I don't want to say anything. I don't want to say anything else.
This is a 2000s player.
Gabriel's hilarious, bro.
Let me help you from fucking ruining your career.
Okay, 2000s
Can we
player.
get one hint?
2000s player. He made an all-star team, I think. Very good player.
This Ben?
This is Ben
Ben
Wallace.
Wow. I wouldn't have got that.
Just a menace.
Damn.
That's a 1,000-yard stare. That man is serious.
He got it. That's all I can say. He got it.
Yeah.
I don't want to crack jokes with this man looking at me like that. He got it. I am intimidated. I would not run to the paint at all. He got it.
He looked much darker on the close up also. I thought this dude was dark. I was like, Thon Maker?
Oh my god, y'all! Oh my, y'all are insane. I thought that was an easy one. I didn't think it would cause a
It's like
hoopla.
taco?
Man. Yeah, taco, that's crazy.
Oh my god, you're going to hell. Next player. Who is this?
Smiley.
Is this Alonzo Mourning?
Fuck no.
Oh. Who the hell is this?
It's a crazy episode, man.
Nah, this guy looks stupid.
What the fuck?
You're ruining us,
that-
Donovan. What the hell?
It just looks like there's nothing behind the eyes.
You're gonna get us fired from House of Highlights. It's crazy. It's gonna be your fault. You ready to hit the unemployment line?
It's not. My bad. If I saw their whole face, I wouldn't make that assumption.
This is RJ Barrett.
Nah, he's a smart guy. He's a smart guy. He went to Duke, you know.
You're both just shut the fuck up.
You know, they have classes at Duke. I know he took them.
What was RJ Barrett's high school GPA?
All right, we're not gonna answer that question out loud.
Brilliant
On to the
guy.
next segment. All right, so next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna do a game we've done before. We're gonna put Mo on the hot seat. Me and Donovan
Oh, yeah.
have a previously agreed to category that we're gonna name random NBA players of. We're gonna go back and forth spouting them out until Mo can guess the category. What they all have in common.
Okay. I never lose. Let's do it.
You've lost exactly 50% of the time so far. We've done this.
All those videos are fake. that
done it
wasn't
twice.
me. That was AI.
You nailed it one time. You got cooked the second time. Let's see if you can make redemption. If you can win the 3-game series.
Let's go.
I got winner in my blood.
Nikhil,
Me and Donovan
you're not-
are gonna name
you're not
NBA
gonna be able to
players
keep up.
until Mo can guess what they all have in common.
All right, let's do it.
First off, Serge Ibaka.
African.
Patty
Okay.
Mills.
Okay. International player. Nice. I'm trying to ping onto something. Continue.
Cameron Payne.
Cameron Payne. Okay. Weird.
Bruce Brown.
Bruce Brown.
Blake Griffin.
Blake Griffin. Okay. I don't know what Blake Griffin has to do with campaign, but let's keep on rolling.
Kyrie Irving.
Kyrie Irving. Okay. Seems like these players are connected in a super weird way.
Christopher Emmanuel Paul.
Huh. They're all Phoenix
Think.
Suns. Or they no, they
Think.
played with someone. They played with someone. They played with someone. I'm noticing.
Yuta Watanabe.
Yuta. Okay.
Sean Livingston.
Oh, now it's over.
Seth Curry.
Seth Curry?
Seth.
Oh, it's over for me.
Steph Curry.
Nasir Little.
Nazir Little. Nazir Little. What the fuck? What is up with these players?
Yeah,
Kyle Singler.
LaMarcus Aldridge.
Kyle Zingler. You just said his name in a TikTok.
Think. Where are my answers at? Where are my guesses?
Think. Say something.
Okay.
Kendrick Perkins.
Did he play in 20? Okay, so what I'm sensing right now is that he played in the year 2018. 110% guaranteed.
Sure, yeah, the player played in 2018. He
Yeah.
was on
There
an
we
A
go.
team.
I got some on the fucking board.
DeMarcus Cousins. Do something about it.
Nicholas Claxton
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good
to the
one.
dome.
Yeah.
What the fuck does Kyle Singler and Nicholas Claxton have?
Bradley
To do with each
Beal.
other? Okay.
Ted Cruz.
Cam Thomas.
Who the hell? Dude, there's so many names. Like, I can't believe you said Yuta Watanabe, Kyle Singler,
Let me try to make it easy for you.
Curry.
James Harden.
I'm
Were
gonna
they
make it easier. I'm gonna make it easy. Oh wait, give me a guess.
were they all Houston? No, they weren't Houston Rockets.
Okay, I'm gonna give
That
you
is the
one.
stupidest guess I ever heard.
I'm gonna give you one. Alfonso McKinney.
When I say
Come
this
on.
name, if you don't get it
Think.
right, you're done.
Think.
I might be
Jordan Bell.
Oh, they were all Warriors.
Okay, so we have to break it down. Literally, if you don't get this right here, and I'm being so serious, if you don't get this, you lose and we're scrapping the video or we're ending it. Nick Collison.
Okay.
Russell Westbrook.
Oh, this OKC Thunder players? Seattle players?
Are you Jeff
I'm going to
Green?
find a trash can and I'm going to pick you upside down. I'm going to put you inside of it.
You're not tall
Tabo
enough to pick me
Cephalosha.
up.
Devin Booker.
Andre Roberson.
Okay, these are teammates of KD's.
Thank you.
There we go. We finally got to the answer.
God.
Alfonso McKinney.
Warrior.
Interesting.
I would celebrate for you and be like, woo, you got it. But that took entirely too long.
Wow. I hit it on the money. I was like, okay, this
Be
player for
better.
sure played in 2018. And they're heavily involved
What
with
a
all
broad
these guys.
claim.
Be better. Be better.
I should have got it
Get in the
earlier.
lab.
But a win is a fucking win.
All right. I guess.
All right, last video we got. I'm going to say two NBA players' names, and I want you guys to tell me who's the better offensive player. So,
Oh, I
you know,
already know who.
not two-way, just offense.
That involves so much.
Yeah, it's a different conversation. You got to reframe some ways you view players normally because we don't consider half the game.
But also, who's a bucket?
All right.
Sure. So we're simple. Who is better at offense? First off, Giannis or Jason Tatum?
Giannis is all-time at something on offense. Jason Tatum is an all-time nothing on offense. He's a great shooter, can dribble,
An
can get to
all-time
the rim.
nothing?
He's not one of the best at anything on the offensive side. There's nothing that makes his game like super
he's
special
balanced.
other than like he's like big, nice.
But there's no
Giannis is-
flaw like Giannis' three-point shooting.
Yeah, but I'd rather
Jay-
have like
listen,
Giannis'
Jason-
superpower than Jason
Yeah.
Tatum just being like, okay, you good at like a lot of things. I'm going
I
Giannis
with
can, Giannis can dominate in the paint. He's an underrated playmaker. And
yes.
his favorite thing to do on offense does not make the game harder. Whereas Jason Tatum loves his favorite thing to do is take a tough contested midi or take a tough step back three. I'm going with the guy who creates easy shots for him and for his teammates. Give me Giannis.
Yeah, Giannis is low-key one of the most underrated scorers of all time. Like, you look at the most efficient 30-plus point per game scorers, he's like very high up that list, and people don't want to give him that credit because there's no shooting. But Shaq didn't shoot either, and we still consider him one of the great scorers.
Exactly, bro. Just unstoppable. And I can't say Jason Tatum's that just yet.
All right, next up, we got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander versus Stephen Curry.
Listen, I don't care if the team is trash. You will never, ever, ever make me believe that Steph Curry is not one of the greatest offensive players we've ever seen in this game. I'm taking Steph every time.
110%. Give me someone who's changed the game, someone whose skill is you can't replicate whatsoever with the depth in shooting, the consistency in shooting, and also the volume in that as well. I'm leaning Steph.
Even in 2024, he's not getting any younger.
I'm leaning Steph in 2028 too, bro. Doesn't matter.
There we go. Steph Curry. Next one, LeBron or Devin Booker? Just offense.
Just offense. At the same time, I mean, listen, LeBron can score as easily as Devin Booker can. And even though that Devin has taken a step up with his passing, it's LeBron. Like, LeBron is still one of the best passers in the league. I trust him offensively to make the right play, the right decision every single time. I'm taking LeBron.
Yeah, I think it's fair to assume that Devin Booker is a better scorer at this point of his career than LeBron, but it's not that outrageous. And also the passing is just levels ahead.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense. And you more reliable playoff performer for sure.
Oh, yeah, for
100%.
sure.
Even in his geriatric stage.
Geriatric stage.
Oh man, Bron.
Even when he's in his nursing home.
One of the greats. Still better than Tatum. I love to see it.
Next up. Zach LaVine or DeMar DeRozan?
Neither. I think DeMar DeRozan is the better playmaker by a little bit, but he's even at that, he's not like a fantastic playmaker. And also, him refusing to shoot the ball beyond like 19 feet, it's worrisome. So I'm leaning with Zach LaVine.
Yeah, if that's the tiebreaker, all right. One guy shoots threes, one guy doesn't. We're playing 2024. You need that in your bag. So I guess I'll go Zach LaVine.
I can't believe this was a duo, man. This is real.
My bad. I zoned out real quick. I was thinking about literally anything else.
I don't blame
Listen,
you.
that's what,
This is
that's
Chicago,
what the
bro.
Bulls do. Exactly. That's what the Bulls do to you.
I don't blame you.
Next up, Kevin Durant or Joel Embiid?
Ooh, this is a great match.
Right now. Right now.
Right now.
This is a great
Y'all better
matchup,
not
man.
fucking lie. It is Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid last season was one of the best minute per minute scorers we've ever seen in NBA history. Honestly, playmaking is very close. The only thing stopping Joel from being the best offensive player in the goddamn world is that Jokic is amazing and unfuckwittable, and Joel can't stay healthy.
But where are your ethics? I'm picking KD.
If you're not cheating, you're not trying.
I'm sorry, but I might have to lean with Joel Embiid.
Can't respect that.
If you can walk into 15 free throws a night in your sleep, I'm sorry, but that's a skill. I'm taking Joel.
You might find it annoying. I call it offensive value. Give me Joel
See,
Embiid.
but that's the thing. He doesn't walk into him. He throws himself into him. I don't respect that. I'm taking KD.
Definitely Joel.
Next up, Donovan Mitchell or Anthony Edwards?
Oh, God.
That's a tough one.
It's D-Mitch.
It's
I think
D-Mitch.
it's D-Mitch. It's D-Mitch.
Sadly.
If all we're doing is talking offense, I'm going D-Mitch. D-Mitch can score just as well as Anthony Edwards, and he's a much better playmaker than Ant is.
And also,
So,
he's a
I would
much
say
better
he
shooter
scores-
as well.
I wouldn't say just as well. I think he's noticeably better at scoring than Anthony Edwards. Donovan Mitchell's probably the most underrated offensive player in the game. If he had Anthony Edwards' defense and height, this would be a top 5 player in the league.
Yeah, exactly.
don't,
The
though.
volume that Donovan Mitchell has been consistently taking from the three-point line, and also just like how he carves up defenses with ease, and also the passing minor leap that he's made this past season makes him supreme offensively.
He was carving up that Boston Celtics defense in the playoffs when everybody else was put in shackles. D-Mitch is absolutely the better offensive player.
Super
like
underrated storyline for Donovan Mitchell, man. That's his NBA championship of his career so far.
Average 30 against the Celtics at one time.
Boston Celtics, man, had them boys in hell.
The height of his career.
Yeah, facts.
All right, next up. Victor Wembanyama or Jaylen Brown? Hey, put those fucking hands down.
Listen. Nah, I'll go Jaylen Brown right now. I'll go Jaylen Brown.
Really?
Jaylen Brown's yeah, I think
Wemby's a better passer.
I think part of it is the fact that like a lot of what I think Wemby's potential can be also stems from him like getting somebody who can just has eyes and can like throw him the ball. Like I think him being a lob target is amazing, and we haven't seen that yet. Maybe after this season we can say that because he's just gonna get like 12 or not 12. He's gonna get like 6 to 8 just easy stupid points every game. But right now I'll give it to Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, we got to give it to the Finals MVP. But after year 2, when Victor Wembanyama comes out and averages 26 points per game, it's going to be Wemby pretty soon. 6 months from now, the conversation is going to flip.
And 6 months from now, from people who are watching this TikTok, I'm taking Wemby.
But in July 2024, we're going Jaylen Brown.
Sure. Respect
People
to the
always go
Finals
back to these old
MVP.
TikToks. People always watch these videos like a year later and comment like, it's like they don't see the date and they'll like talk about our arguments. I'm like, bro, that was a fucking year ago. Things changed. So people are definitely going to see this in a year.
Facts.
True.
All right, next one. Jalen Brunson or Trae Young?
What have we said all episode? Really for this episode and last episode. The game is about getting a bucket. and Jalen Brunson is a bucket. I don't care what.
Trae Young gets a fair amount of buckets.
Trae has more
He's
career
fine.
buckets than Jalen Brunson, man. What are we talking about here?
See, I want to agree with you, and then you find a way to pull out the most asinine Trae Young reason to pick him every time, and I'm like, I got to pick against you.
But I'm not
Exactly.
wrong every time either. I'm quite literally right. I don't lie.
More career buckets?
Yeah.
Come on now.
NBA career buckets.
Come
for
on.
sure.
All right, so we're going Jalen Brown. He's playoff proof. He rises to the I said Jalen
Gross.
Brown. Fuck.
One playoff
Damn it.
series, you're like he's playoff proof. Come on now. The passing is what sets it apart a little bit for me.
So we have the best isolation scorer in the league that's under 6'4" versus this offensive engine that of just nonstop threes and lobs. Who are we going with?
The offensive engine, of course. When it comes to offensive prowess, for sure, I'm leaning Trae.
He ain't got no horsepower. It's not a big engine. I'm taking Jalen Brunson.
He got no horsepower.
Why? What does Jalen Brunson do better?
He got horsepower. What do you mean? He put that thing in go. And
He
when
got
it's time,
torque?
when it's time to go, Jalen Brunson goes. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, you failed to present me with any sort of logical argument. So I guess we're going Trae Young.
Sorry, man. Sorry, Jalen Brunson.
You don't have to
Maybe next
apologize
time.
to me. My team is better. My player is better. What's up?
Cope.
It's not. Jalen is better than Trae.
Yeah, but so if Trae Young's a better offensive player, why do we rank Jalen Brunson higher? Because neither one of these motherfuckers are playing defense.
Mo.
Trae's better. Simple as that.
Cope.
Okay,
It is
what's
what
next?
it is. Sorry, man. I don't make the
Whatever.
rules. I'm just here
Next
to spread
up.
gospel.
DeMontis Sabonis or Jamal Murray?
Demontis Sabonis be getting fake offensive stats. I'm
Oh my
going with
gosh.
Jamal Murray. He is listen, he's very good as an offensive hub, right? His passing is really good. However, I've seen this man be wide open from 18 feet, right? David West range.
Deer in
Doesn't
headlights.
Doesn't even want to look at the basket. You can't be scared and be a better
If he
offensive-
could shoot a
offensive player
little
like
bit,
that.
I would lean his way, but I'm just leaning Jamal Murray, bro, because I can't scheme him and his offensive game out. But for Sabonis, you're a problem at times. Jamal Murray.
Jamal Murray
you
is the
guys- I'll back
definition. Jamal Murray has been known for his career as a playoff riser. You put him in a playoff series, you're getting the best out of him. DeMontis Sabonis, you put him in a playoff series, you're getting the absolute worst out of him. There is no way I'd ever pick him offensively over Jamal Murray.
Yeah,
Not on my watch.
those passes are kind of cool.
I've
though.
seen. What you say?
So those passes are kind of cool, but it's not cool enough.
Dribble handoff assists are not cool at all.
Well, that's Sabonis' bag. What are you trying to do here?
I thought you called him boneless.
Boneless. I got retainers on,
next
so
up.
or I got retainers in my Invisalign back today. So if I sound funny with some words, that's why.
John Morant or Tyrese Halliburton?
I'm going John Morant.
Why?
Ah, man. Tyrese's passing is amazing. And in the same ways we talk about Trae when it comes to being an engine, Tyrese is that. A little bit less with the scoring because his scoring isn't just there just yet because he can't get to the line and shit. And doesn't have the versatility.
Listen,
John Morant's
November
undeniable.
in-season tournament Tyrese Halliburton, that's a different level of offense. He would get picked. Until I see him get back to that level for 2 months in a row, we got to go John Morant.
Exactly. And Ja's an underrated playmaker, right?
Definitely.
People like you think about Ja and you're just like, oh yeah, he could jump real high, right? He's a dunker, he's downhill merchant, all that stuff. He can pass the ball. And
No, for
when
sure.
when you have that and his level of scoring and being able to just really carry an offense like that, I'm taking Ja.
He knows how to use athleticism functionally better than 99% of players. The way he uses the way he uses that athleticism to get to the rim, create shots for himself and others, puts him in that top level.
True.
John Morant, it is you.
Certified.
Is there one more? Nope, that's the last one. And that's the end of this episode. If people are still here, what should they comment? What should we call back to?
Brunson better.
If you're still here, comment Donovan is Robert Ory, and we'll see y'all next week.
Come on, man.
Robert Horry.